If some rando walks up to you on the street and hands you $1 million winning lottery ticket, no questions asked, do you just take it and consider it your lucky day? Or you a little bit skeptical?
Yeah.
Definitely skeptical, but still taking it.
You take it, yeah, for sure. Because the thing is, when something sounds too good to be true, we tend to question that thing.
Yeah.
And that's exactly why one of our listeners needs our help. Because she met a wealthy, attractive man who gave her one of the best date nights ever. But when he asked her out a second time, he had a very specific request that's been setting off alarm bells in her mind. Now, is she just being paranoid, or is this dude hiding a huge secret?
Oh, no.
We're going to try and find out in your brand new second date update next. Friends, we have another mystery on our hands.
Ooh, we love those.
Because normally when we do these calls, the other person has completely ghosted our listener and is avoiding any contact.
Right.
Well, that's not the case here. In this one, the guy has moved in with her and is paying her entire rent.
What? I don't get it.
I'm
That's
just
not
kidding.
a date.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. They're not that close at all. But
I
Megan,
want to do this one, though.
Megan, our listener, wants our help because the guy is asking her out. She's just not interested in the type of date that he has in mind.
Oh, interesting.
So she wants our help. Megan, welcome to the show.
Hi, guys. How are you?
Good.
We're doing all right.
I'm really curious about this conundrum you're in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so I met this guy online. We were chatting for several weeks.
Okay. What's his name?
His name is Finn.
Finn. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know any Finn, so I was kind of drawn to him by a unique name. And then, we were getting to know each other over, of course, there were several weeks chatting online. And one of the things he mentioned was that he had younger sisters and that he's protective over them. So I felt like this is a guy that knows how to be respectful of women.
But he's an older brother, so it's still questionable.
Yeah.
I mean, the younger brother always, because he's been beaten down. The older brother, it's really a crapshoot.
Yeah.
You
Could
know,
be a
he
little controlling.
Exactly.
Status, yeah.
Or he could just be a jerk to us. I mean, who knows, right?
Yeah, but I got the vibe that maybe he has that more that alpha big brother presence. I'm attracted to that.
Oh, you like that?
Like
Okay.
it. Okay.
Yeah. So, anyways, for our first date, he actually invited me over to his house, which is not something typically you do with somebody that you've met online, right?
Well, not what beta men do, but alpha men. They invite you right over.
It's actually a den. I believe they call it a den.
Yes.
Aren't they?
Yeah.
So you felt comfortable doing that. You felt okay with it.
I did. So I felt like I got to know him, well enough online that I felt fairly comfortable going over.
Yeah, that's good.
It was interesting, he gave me an address to go meet him, and I'm driving into the neighborhood. It's a really beautiful neighborhood. Pull up to the house, and I wasn't really sure, am I at the right destination? There's a beautiful house.
Oh, it's a house. It's not an apartment, huh?
No, it was I guess it could be considered a mansion.
Whoa.
Like a nice house.
Okay.
It was a serious house. I mean, it turns out that his family is very well off, and
oh my God.
his parents allowed him to rent the house from them.
Oh, so it's mom and dad's house.
Got
we
it.
use rent, I'm sure, in quotes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You owe me 50 kisses this month.
That's right. You know that's right.
Now meet me in the West Wing.
Yeah.
Well, hey, if you get to reap the benefits of that, then go for it, I say.
I mean, it was awesome.
So you're impressed walking up to the door.
Yeah, I mean, he had a whole game room. I mean, there's a billiards table, a shuffleboard. We played all these things.
Whoa.
There was a bar, a full stock bar with beer on tap in it.
Oh my God.
What was he like? It's great that he's rich, but what was your vibe with him?
No one honestly cares.
No one
Tell us
cares.
more about the house.
Yeah. Did you ride cartwheels in the living room?
Do you take hoverboards
Go-karts?
between all the rooms?
No, I want to know if you guys got along.
Eh.
Yeah, he's casual. He wasn't stuck up or snobby about it. He was like, "Oh, let me just show you around," and
That's
then we were
good.
Nice.
just making small talk.
What was the most romantic part of the night?
Ooh,
That's what
good
Brooke
question.
wants to know.
Yeah,
that's a good
sure.
question.
I would say dinner. He ordered in from a really, really nice steakhouse.
Oh,
Wow, he ordered delivery. That's
from a
cool.
steakhouse?
We'll take 2
Dang.
filet mignons and lobster tails.
Big flex.
But he had set it up an outdoor patio, and he laid out the table and
Oh,
everything, and
wow.
we had a beautiful view.
Wow.
So that was the most romantic part of it.
That's better. I was
Okay.
going to say it sounds lazy. He wouldn't take you to a steakhouse, but that's pretty nice.
Yeah.
And this man wants to go out with you again. Why are you talking to us? This sounds
Yeah.
amazing.
Well, so after I left him, we had a great time. he invited me over again for a second date. But
Awesome.
I had actually suggested us going out somewhere and like having fun and, maybe dancing a little bit.
Yeah.
But he was really adamant about going back to his house.
Oh. Is it like sending you red flags that he's like trying to keep things secret or something?
Or is he like famous where he like literally is like, I don't want to draw
See,
attention?
I was thinking married, but
Yeah, not famous enough if she doesn't know who he is.
Yeah.
Like, there's not paparazzi outside.
That's true.
You don't want to hang out back at his house?
I mean, it's not that I minded, but it just seems weird that just his tone, he was very specific about just staying in at his place.
Yeah, not a good
Yeah,
sign.
no.
Well, maybe he has a second parent's house that he wants to show you that's even better than the first one.
That's true.
Oh man. Are you worried that it's like too good to be true?
Well, I can't tell, like, is he hiding me or is he trying to just get in my pants and he just wants to get there quicker? I have no idea.
Well, Alexis will tell you that's not the worst thing in the world.
Yeah. Especially if it's a rich
At least
guy.
it's a nice house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so even though he is reaching out and asking for a date, you want a different type of date out in public.
Yeah, I want, like, a social date.
Yeah.
Go
And
to
honestly,
a restaurant.
you just want to find out why he's so adamant about the house.
We have a mystery,
Yeah.
and we're putting on
Uh-huh.
our Sherlock Holmes costumes as we
I'm
speak.
not going to do that.
I'm Dr. Watson.
I'm not doing it this time.
Brooke said
Oh
this
my
time.
God.
The whole detective attire is coming out, and then when we come back, we're going to try and get you your second date update right after this. We're on the phone with one of our listeners named Megan, who went out on an interesting first date with a guy named Finn. And Megan, there's something that you mentioned when you wrote your email to us that you didn't talk about in the first part.
What's that?
Because you said that you had your first date at his place, which turned out to be this really big mansion that his parents owned. You got steak dinner ordered in. But in your email, you said that Finn cut your steak for you.
Aww.
Is that a sweet thing or is
That's
that a
sweet. I love
creepy
doing that for
thing?
girls.
Really?
What?
I think it depends if you ask. I hate cutting my own.
No,
I'd
of
rather someone else cut it.
You have to ask.
Well, that's probably because you order it super well done and you have to use a chainsaw to get into it. Why would you do?
What was
why?
your read on that, Megan?
I mean, at the moment, like, I thought it was kind of endearing because the food is actually delivered with plastic flatware, and he took out actual, like, steak knives. So I thought he was doing it to be, like, courteous and nice and serving.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like, he
Oh.
was like, here comes the airplane.
No,
Which
Still-
also I would love.
But
But
Jose just wants to be a giant man child.
Yeah.
I really just want
Did-
to take care of a girl.
But did your mind change about it? It sounds like you were going to say but.
I mean, like, when you say it out loud, yeah, it sounds, like, kind of creepy, but in the moment, it wasn't that way.
It,
But I
fe-
think-
it felt fine in the time. In retrospect,
Right.
He probably should have just handed the knife to you and let you cut it
Well,
yourself.
I think Alexis is right. You ask. Like, some girls, like Brooke, are like, ew, I can cut my own steak, man.
well, it's just I'm not
And
a
then-
child. I don't want my whole meal.
But then
like,
No, I am a
Alexis is
child.
like, I love it.
I feel like it could have been a chivalrous move, and let's call
Yeah.
this chivalrous man and find out for sure. Because the weird part is he is asking her out. He's just not willing to go away from his house. He
Can-
wants to keep it kind of secret.
this is
Can
gonna
I-
be this is gonna be a weird call.
Can I
Yeah.
dial the phone number for you, Jeff?
You know what? Thank
You
you,
don't
for
ask.
asking.
I thought you just did it.
You go ahead and dial the
No,
numbers.
you do ask. That's what I was saying.
That was really sweet,
Okay,
Jose.
thank
Dial
you.
the numbers for me,
Thank
and
you.
we're going to call Finn and talk to him. Here we go.
Hello?
Hey, is this Finn?
Yes, who's speaking?
Hey, sorry. I hope
Hi,
this isn't
Finn.
a bad time.
Hi.
You're on the radio right now with Brooke and Jeffrey in the morning.
Excuse me? Who is this?
We're a morning radio show. It's called Brooke and Jeffrey. We're doing a segment called a second date update. We're reaching out for one of our listeners who you went out with the other, well, I guess didn't go out with, you stayed in with at your
That's a good
house.
point.
Yeah, it's a good
You guys had a date.
Her name was Megan.
Okay. I don't understand. Why is she reaching out to you? Why are you calling me?
Well, apparently there's a little bit of a miscommunication because you are asking her out on another date. You just don't want to go like out in public with her.
Yeah.
That's just sending up some weird vibes. Maybe is there like a reason?
No, it's just I'm just trying to get to know her more. That's all.
Okay.
But
And why your house every time? We heard your house is beautiful. I mean,
yeah, dude.
No, yeah, it's great. It's a great place. So,
Okay.
what's the problem, right?
Well, it just seems counterintuitive because normally people want to get to know someone before they invite them over, but you want to get to know her before you go out in public.
Yeah, but we've talked a long time online. We really got to know each other.
yeah.
So,
That's good.
She
Build
mentioned
trust.
that, and she said she's really likes you. But one of the theories that has been circulating around here is that maybe you're trying to hide her, that you don't.
hide her? No.
Yeah, you don't want anybody to see that you're out
No.
with her.
No, not at all.
That's
No.
good to hear.
Okay, so
Okay.
post a picture of you two
No,
right
she's
now.
great.
Prove it.
Jeff, post
Okay,
it.
that's cute. You said she's great.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, she's beautiful.
So what's
Just
the
a
problem?
misunderstanding then.
Why won't you take her out? Like that's what she would really like.
Well, I mean,
Are you like?
You sound.
Can I just
You
ask?
sound like something is there.
You
Are you-
know what's going on. You just don't want to tell us.
Are you married or something? Is that what
No.
it is? What is it then? Look at, we're assuming the worst of you. Just if it's something
Good
that
point,
simple,
Brooke.
just clear it up. It's easy.
well, it's not simple, but it's just stupid. It's stupid, and I just
That's great. We love stupid.
Yeah.
We're experts in stupid on this show.
I'm so stupid, bro. You're trying to make him feel comfortable,
No,
guys.
no, I'm just
It made me feel
Brooke,
good.
you laugh. Brooke
Yeah.
didn't laugh at all.
it's the truth.
well, essentially, for the next 6 months, I'm not allowed to leave the house.
Ooh,
Okay.
strict rules from your parents?
Why?
You do live
Yeah.
under
Is
their
there-
house, right?
Is it why we think?
I'm under house arrest.
That's what I figured.
Okay.
What did you do?
Is it for something really bad or just like kind of?
Well, it couldn't
No.
be too bad, or he'd be
I
like
mean-
in jail, right?
It's stupid.
What'd you do?
Basically, I don't even know if I could say this though.
You've,
Yeah,
you've
you're
already
fine.
been sentenced.
Yeah.
I think you're good, dude.
You can't get more house arrest
Yeah.
for just telling people what happened.
True.
Basically, me and my buddies, we got together to pretend like we were the village people.
Wait, what?
And
I like this.
I work in TV and film, and so I had a police uniform, and my buddy has a construction worker uniform. We all got together. We pretended like we were the village people to play at this casino. So we show up, and they're like, no, you're not the village people.
Right, because the
Security
village people are
boxes.
super old.
Yeah. You guys are dead.
Are they? I don't know.
Probably at least one of them's dead.
So let me see if I understand what you're saying. You and your friends impersonated a famous band to get money from a casino, and you got caught.
Oh no.
Well, I mean, yeah,
So what is that? That's like defrauding a company?
Yeah, that's it. How do you know, Jeff?
it doesn't matter what the charges are really, because I'm on house arrest and I can't go anywhere.
Okay.
So,
Well, she was gonna notice if you ever got intimate, because that ankle
Yeah.
bracelet is
Well,
well,
and,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I didn't think
Can't
about
hide.
that.
Yep.
can't hide that one.
Here's the good news. I know you didn't want to come out with the truth to Megan, but you kind of did.
Yeah, it's true.
what do you mean?
I didn't tell you this before. She's on the other line listening.
What?
Surprise.
Hi, Finn.
Hi, Megan. How are you?
I mean, I wasn't really expecting that as the reason why we couldn't go out. I guess I'm relieved that you're not married or have a girlfriend or.
Are you? Is this a better option?
Yeah.
House
Bunch of
arrest
guy
is
friends.
a
6 months.
Yeah, well, you know, I mean, it's not. I'm not.
Yeah.
It's like it's so stupid. I don't want that to be our first thing that we're talking about, and I'm just like, oh God, how do I do this?
Yeah.
I mean, Megan, now
Yeah.
you've heard the real reason that he's not calling you back because he's a secret village people impersonator who defrauds casinos. Is that a turn off to
Yeah.
you or is that a turn on?
I mean, I guess just going back to our first date, I don't know why you didn't just tell me.
Well, it's not exactly something you lead off with, you know.
Hmm.
Hey, by the way, you know, I'm a criminal. I'm currently under house arrest.
Doesn't sound
Yeah, I
good.
know.
I mean, like, with the second date, like, you're inviting me back, right? And if I did go and we kept the charade up, I'd eventually find out.
No, you wouldn't have found out.
what?
You-
How would she not found out?
No, I mean, because you would have never seen the bracelet.
How?
Oh.
What?
Oh,
I don't want to.
You gotta lie.
Yeah.
He wears snow boots everywhere.
maybe they put his monitor on a different part of his body.
I don't think that's
someplace you'd never find it.
It's not a good sign if you can't find that part of the body.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say it's not a brag.
She's like, do you hear a beeping?
Yeah, I mean, I just think that it's weird that you think that I wouldn't find out or know. I think you should have just told me.
Yeah, I know. It's just not something. I'm just embarrassed by it. I didn't want to tell you.
Well, that makes sense, though, Megan. You can see that.
He's finally, at least, it took a lot of prodding, but he did finally admit the truth to you, Megan. He's come clean. Would you like to go out on another date with him? We will offer you a gift card to his house.
No, I think we just have to get...
Postmates.
Delivery.
Yeah, exactly.
Do we? Or we can pay for the Uber to and from.
Oh, yeah.
How many more months are you still on your house arrest there, Finn?
I got 3 left.
Yeah, 3
Okay.
left.
Hey, that's not bad.
Just 3 more months of dating at his house, and then you can go out somewhere.
Yeah.
Go back to that casino and
Do not.
do the village people thing together.
Yeah, no, that's off limits. I can't come back there for a few years.
Okay. Well, maybe you just do it at a bar or at a senior home or something and
Yeah,
work your way up. But
maybe do that at
we'd
the
like to
house.
get you guys back together.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like a deal breaker for me. I mean, to be full honest, I've been binge watching Animal Kingdom, so I'm all about, criminal stuff right now.
Hey, all right.
Yeah,
Brooke, animals commit crimes, too,
What?
okay?
zebras look great in black and white.
Yeah. So is this a yes for another date?
Yes, that's a yes.
I think they're both real mismatches.
Okay.
All right.
They're good
Well,
for each other.
Man.
We'll get you back over to Finn's place
Yay,
or Finn's parents'
we'll
house.
send a limo.
Awesome.
Okay.
I can't think of a worse endorsement for online dating than screw it. I'm not going to meet somebody else. I'm just going to keep seeing the guy who's under house arrest for the next 3 months.
He had a pool table.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, very true.
Alexis, I'm going to give you 3 short phrases.
Oh, no.
Okay, and I just want you to tell me which one would be the most terrifying to hear said to you on a first date.
Okay, let's go.
Dry party,
Oh, that's
Oh.
bad.
Oh, yikes.
Her
Do
face.
I have to go?
minimum wage,
Oh, is that why we can't afford the alcohol?
or forever soulmate.
Oh, God.
I think we got the winner on that one.
Sober bro commitment.
She's literally breaking out in hives.
She's pushing away
Is
from
there
the
an
desk.
option D?
Well, I know the word soulmate might sound a little intense for a first meetup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But one of our
definitely.
listeners says that's the type of bond she felt immediately with the guy that she met up with. And
boy.
their connection all started with a tiny stack of Legos.
Oh,
What?
no.
So Legos she wasn't afraid of. She
Oh,
perked
Yeah,
up
I
over
mean,
there.
compared to those other
Yeah.
things.
You're-
Do we need
Plays
an
with
epi? We need an EpiPen for her
Just
to
in
get through
case.
this next segment.
Let's bring some adrenaline in here. You're going to hear what happened with her possible soulmate in your brand new second date update.
Yeah.
Next. I think there's a time in everyone's life, usually it's somewhere in your 20s,
Okay.
where you're having a good time, you're carefree, the possibilities are endless.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden, it happens. Your best friend gets engaged.
No!
Oh, yay!
And you're like,
Hey.
oh, wait a second.
No.
The party's about to be over.
Yeah.
Oh, crap. I got to find somebody. It's like
Ugh.
dating musical chairs now. And if you don't move quickly, you're going to be left with just a spot on the floor all by
Don't give
yourself.
people that type of anxiety,
That's
Jeffrey.
what I'm saying. You got to move fast. And that's
Ugh.
kind of where one of our listeners, Marianne, found herself a few months back. And she
Ooh.
said it changed the way that she thought about dating.
Oh, man.
So, Marianne, welcome to the show.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
It's in her name.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mary.
Yeah.
So, Marianne, tell us about your dating life. What's going on?
It's been fine and normal and good. I've been trying, though, to meet a guy for a while. Right?
Mhm.
Okay,
So,
And your requirements are different now, is kind of what Jeff is alluding to. You're looking for something more.
yeah. I'm looking for my soulmate now.
No
Ah.
pressure.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like, gosh, I guess this phase of life is here. It made this alarm go off inside me, like, what have I been doing? Just screwing around. And
Okay.
I can't be single by myself when everybody else is getting married.
Well, don't feel
Oh.
peer pressured into finding your soulmate, but
I found giving into
get
peer
it.
pressure is a good thing always. So
it's not.
it is.
Yeah. Okay.
How have you tried to pursue a soulmate now? What strategy are you using?
Most recently, I did speed dating.
Oh.
Old school in person, like at a bar or something?
Yeah. Well, so this one was interesting because it was Lego speed dating, actually.
What?
What is
does that mean?
So what you do
if you meet and there's like a place with a bunch of tables, and then there are Lego pieces on each table. And they start that timer and you sit down, and then the person across from you, you guys are talking, but you create something from the Lego while you are talking.
So it's like you don't have to have like uncomfortable eye contact. Like there's something else to do.
It's like a big fidget table.
With my ADD, I'd be too distracted. I'd be like, I made an airplane. It's crashing.
But it sounds like you're supposed to build something together.
Yeah.
Like it's like you're teaming up to
I
make
didn't
something.
think of that. Okay.
That's cool. It's
And
like a
then-
metaphor for
and-
your relationship.
Right. Also kind of an innuendo there. How the pieces fit together.
I don't know if
Yeah, no.
everybody would think
No.
that way, Brooke, but it's good to know how you see speed dating.
How many people are fighting? Like, no, we need this piece. Like,
Yeah.
no, that's not goes there.
Well,
Yeah.
then you know you're not a good match.
Okay.
So how did it go with the Lego building?
I thought it went fantastic.
Really?
Okay.
Did you meet someone?
Well, when I sat down across from Steve,
Steve,
we
okay.
decided that we would build Harry Potter's wand.
Yay! Awesome.
What is it, just like one giant stack of Legos?
There are circular Legos.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And wands come in many shapes and sizes. There's all kinds of wands. It's not just one long stick.
So
okay?
basically, he's like a dorky Harry Potter head like you are, which is also another common interest, it sounds like.
100%. We were like, oh, we totally speak the same language. We have the same interests here.
Cool.
And it was going better than I ever could have hoped. And then I was like, okay, we have 30 seconds left. They let you know when your time is wrapping up. And I was like, what spell should we cast? And I was totally just being ridiculous. And he was like, well, I'm going to cast a love spell on you to put your number in my phone so we can go on a real date.
Oh, that's cute.
Is
If
that
they got you-
romantic?
So
If they're both
Okay.
into Harry Potter.
It
and they
depends
sat down to a big pile of brown Legos, it sounds like to me.
It was smart and clever and cute, right? And he
Yeah.
was like playing along. And so we did. A week later, we went out and we just went to a ping pong bar and goofed around and played ping pong and drank and kissed. And it was
kissed. Oh, whoa. Back up.
Ooh.
I mean, it was perfect. I felt like I had this strong connection with him, and we were talking about the future and our dreams in life.
Well, that's what happens when you get a love spell cast on you.
Maybe the spell wore off. That's why he's not calling her back.
Maybe.
Dude, that's crazy, though.
Yeah.
It's like you put out into the universe that you wanted to meet your soulmate, and it felt like this universe was kind of delivering.
Yeah, like, I mean, here's the deal. I've been on a lot of dates, okay? And I have met a wide variety of people, but I honestly feel like Steve might be my soulmate.
Whoa.
Wow. After one date.
Oh.
And a Lego building. Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
They
Wow.
warn you about that when you build Legos together.
Then why would he not be calling you back?
I have no idea. It just felt like everything clicked so well, and we were laughing, and the chemistry was good, and I'm not really sure what happened.
There's no red flags at all.
But that's kind of a red flag in itself.
That there's no red flags?
Yeah, there's
True.
usually
Too good to be
something.
true.
Yeah.
That might be what it is. In fact, if I was doing speed dating with the Legos, I would build a red flag
Oh.
Oh,
That's actually
nice.
pretty
just to let
clever.
them know.
Yeah, that you are a walking red
Yeah,
flag.
exactly.
Okay.
Date at your own risk. But
Yeah.
we're going to call Steve here and we're going to ask him if he sees you two as soulmates the same way that you guys do.
Can we save that for like the second question?
No?
Pretty intense.
All right, okay. Maybe we'll ask how he's doing
Remember-
today,
There you
and
go.
then we'll ask if he's soulmates. with
Jeffrey's
her.
the red flag of our group.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
right.
we
Yeah.
can see why.
We're going to do it with your second date update next. Brooke, do you remember the exact moment you first fell in love with your husband?
Aw, Brooke.
Gosh, I remember the first time I saw him for sure.
But when
He
you
knows-
fell in love,
I mean, it takes time, and I don't think it happens in one
Still hasn't happened yet.
instant. My husband can tell you the exact moment he knew that he loved me.
What was it? Will you speak for him?
Oh no, yeah, we were on top of a volcano.
What the heck? Is this a
True
movie?
story. True story.
No way.
And
Live flash before his eyes.
we weren't very well prepared. We had just gone and thought we were going hiking, and
Oh my
yeah.
goodness.
okay, he was having a heat stroke. He wasn't falling
No, it
in
was
love
very-
with you, Brooke.
It was very cold,
Okay.
actually. The
Well,
He was
opposite.
dying.
Yeah.
Just saying that special moment looks different for everyone. And for Marianne, our listener, that moment happened when her speed date Steve picked up some Legos and built her a Harry Potter wand and cast a love spell.
Oh, it's really cute.
Yeah, but but after they went out to a bar, love spell seems to have worn off a little bit. So we're going to try and reactivate it here with a second date update.
How long ago was it that you saw him, Steve?
It's been a week since I've heard of him.
Okay.
Or heard from him. And
just nothing. He hasn't texted you back at all?
No, he just disappeared.
Okay.
Wow.
That wouldn't have happened if your date was on a volcano.
Oh. Maybe he was actually Cinderella. He turned into a pumpkin.
Oh.
No, Harry Potter, he has the invisibility cloak on.
Oh, that's what it is. Is there a lost shoe involved?
Okay. All this talk of magic and eruptions and volcanoes.
Yeah.
It's got me
Got you
wanting to
hot?
call. Yeah.
No wonder I haven't found love.
Turning
It
me
sounds
on.
made up and mythic.
We better just call Steve before it gets too steamy in here. Are you ready, Marianne?
I am.
All right, let's do this. I'm dialing his number right now.
Hey, hello.
Hey, is this Steve?
Yes, speaking. Who's this?
Hey, Steve. It's your lucky day. You're on the radio right now with Brooke and Jeffrey in the morning.
Hey.
Hello.
Hi, Steve.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. You got a second right now?
Yeah. Yeah. What's up?
We're calling because we got your number from one of our listeners named Marianne.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. She's a woman that you met at speed dating and went out with once?
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So she asked you to call me.
Yeah.
Are you surprised by that?
No. I guess I'm not surprised by that. I'm surprised it's happening. I'm not surprised that she would do that, I guess.
Well, you don't have to
Okay.
sound nervous. It's supposed to be a good thing. It means that she had a really good time with you.
She had a
And
great time with you.
Yeah.
Yes. I gathered that. Yes.
you did.
Well, that's good. Did you have a good time?
Honestly, I did. She was very fun to talk to.
Uh-huh.
It just started getting a little weird towards the end.
It sounds like you're choosing your words like super carefully
Yeah.
right now.
Well, I don't dislike this. It just was a little too unusual for me.
Okay.
Unusual.
Is this before or after you kissed her? Because we heard there was kissing involved at the bar.
I would say it definitely got the weirdness spiked after that.
Why?
What
Is
happened?
it something she said? What?
So she was pretty openly talking about the idea of soulmates.
Uh-huh. Was that
Wait,
too much?
she said that to you?
Yes.
But she was just talking about it as like a big idea, right? Like not you're my
Well,
soulmate.
She opened it like that, and then she was like, I think you might be one of my soulmates.
Whoa.
Wait,
What?
and then one of? Isn't there only one soulmate?
Nah, you can have more. I
Yeah,
think.
yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, that's
Wait.
the point. It's not soulmates, it's soulmate.
So that's exactly what I said. And she was like, yeah, well, everyone has 3 soulmates.
3?
Oh,
3.
I didn't know that.
Brooke, this is good news for you and your marriage.
Yeah.
No, I can see that though. It's like your best friend, your sister. No?
You want to bring your sister as your soul? I think it's a little.
Soulmate
weird.
isn't a sexual thing.
Yeah.
Soulmate is just someone who you're like connected with in this
Yeah.
beyond any other relationship type of way.
Like my
Okay.
PlayStation's my soulmate.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that's kind of how we are understanding it. But Steve, how were you understanding what Marianne was telling you?
Oh, I mean, what you guys are talking about sounds great. That sounds very reasonable. That is not what I was presented with. To her, it's like a thing where you have a past soulmate, a present soulmate, and a future soulmate. And these are all romantic.
You have 3.
God, you got to find 3 of them in your life that you want
I know.
to make out with?
Finding one is hard enough as it is.
I can't even find a soul friend, let alone a mate.
But I don't get it. Like,
Yeah. Just a little too absurd to me, this idea of like boyfriends of past, present, and future.
Hey, I have something to say.
oh,
Oh,
Oh.
hey, Steve. Sorry, that's Marianne. She's been listening on the other line and clearly wants to talk to you. Usually they wait till we
it's
call
like the
them
ghost of Christmas past.
Oh.
But
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Were you going to tell me that?
in. I think I just
We
did.
were.
Okay.
okay.
Yes. Hi, Marianne.
Marianne, you had something to say?
Hi, Steve. You sound really confused, and I feel like maybe I just didn't do a very good job of explaining it.
Oh.
Because it's like this for everyone. It's just a rule of the universe, right? So you have 3 soulmates. You have a past soulmate, and a present soulmate and a future soulmate. Those are the three soulmates that you find in your life, right?
So which soulmate is Steve?
What number?
Okay, right. So I'm pretty sure, is my present soulmate, right? My high school boyfriend, that was my past soulmate.
Oh, yeah. He sucked.
Steve, I really think has the possibility to be my present soulmate.
Yeah, but that kind of indicates to him that he's going to get dumped for another dude along the way.
Like a placeholder.
It's better to have a small part of Marianne than none at all.
That's very romantic.
I would agree with that, sure. But look, like, it's not me. Like, I'm not making this up, right? This is like a law of the universe.
Okay. Steve, how does that make you feel? Thinking that you could possibly be her present soulmate?
Well, if I'm the present soulmate and then suddenly there's a future soulmate, then with that future soulmate, then that's your present soulmate and then I'm your past soulmate. So the whole system falls apart really fast.
That's a good point.
Yeah, it should be on a numbering system. I agree.
I
1,
would-
2, 3.
Wouldn't you rather just not click that deep and just be like a date?
Yeah.
Like,
The thing is, I've already had my first soulmate. I can't have another first. And I'm fairly certain, like, it really feels like you will be the second. And then if you're lucky, right, like if everything goes well, then I wouldn't even find my future soulmate until after you are dead.
Oh, that's
you
sweet.
just have to die, bro.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Let's get on that.
So deep.
It's the most romantic sentence that's ever been uttered on this show.
I mean, wouldn't you want me to find somebody after you die?
What are you talking about? We're not even together yet. What are you talking about meeting someone after I die?
Oh, that's a good point. You aren't together yet until we send you out on your
Now we're talking
soulmate
about the
journey.
present. Yeah.
And we'll pay for you guys to make it official as present soulmates to each other.
Oh, God.
We'll pay for it. Maybe soulmate is a little bit strong here. We'll send you out on another date.
I think
How does that
that's a lot
sound?
better.
And then you can figure out if the soulmate thing is real or not.
We'll call it a soul date.
I like that.
I mean, given that you did have a good time with her, she's got some kooky ideas, but she likes you. You guys had a great time, Steve.
lot.
No, it is not kooky. It is the rule of 3 soulmates. Like, everybody follows this.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Wow.
Did that convince you to go out with her this time, Steve?
No, I'm sorry. I don't want to find out what other rules of life there are that I didn't know about. I'm really sorry.
I will say it does explain the divorce rate. I mean,
People are just going to their future soulmates.
Yeah.
That's what's happening. Wait a second. Wait, Steve, since you said no to the date, does that now make Marianne your past soulmate?
or
So that means you only have 2 more to go till you find your forever lady.
and does it mean that Marianne only gets 1?
Oh, maybe.
Because she said he was her soulmate.
Yeah.
Well, when you started talking about this, more and more information sort of came to me, and the energy was just not what I thought it was, and I just canceled you in my mind. So it's
Oh, you can just cancel it
All
like that.
Unsubscribed from the soulmate.
Oh, this guy? Yeah, that's my ex-soulmate.
I kind of like these universe rules. Very flexible.
Me too. There's a lot of sayings about pennies. Like, penny for your thoughts.
Oh, yeah, I've heard that one.
Mhm.
I've heard Brooke say, a penny saved is a penny earned.
That's right, Jeffrey.
Definitely.
And one time, I swear I overheard Alexis shout, pennies, ew.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Well, one of our listeners went on a date recently, and he thinks it's possible he's not getting a call back because he was trying to save a few bucks in front of her. He's worried maybe it made him look bad.
Yeah, but you're richer for it.
See what happens when you listen to Brooke's advice and become a penny pincher? We're going to find out what happened for real in your brand new second date update right after this. Grand romantic gestures on a first date. Good or bad idea?
Depends on the vibe.
I'm going to go bad.
I'd love to say
Yeah.
good, though, Jeff. I love romantic.
I think you're right. Maybe it does depend on the gesture, like
Yeah.
carving your initials into a tree.
Cute.
Sweet.
No, terrible for
If
the
it-
tree. Just stop
Who cares?
defacing
I'm
like
not-
nature,
Don't worry
Jeffrey.
about the tree. Just
Yeah.
sweet for the relationship.
Brooke, plant seeds
Okay.
in your initials.
Yeah,
So in
thank you.
500 years, you'll
Thank
have
you,
a forest.
Jose.
Okay. Maybe carving initials of all your former victims into the tree.
Oh,
Maybe that one's not so sweet.
Why are they victims of what?
And the tree's also
Don't
a victim at that point.
I'm saying you have to remember them somehow.
It's just like a whittled stick by the end of it.
But one of our listeners, Patrick, says he's worried that his grand romantic gesture may have accidentally backfired on him.
Yeah.
We'll get to that in just a second. But first, Patrick, welcome to the show.
Hey guys, how are you doing?
Hey.
It's always like kind of cringy waiting to hear what you did.
Why?
I don't know. It's just like outside of maybe even flowers feels like pushing it on a first date.
Brooke, you're already hating on all romantic gestures
all
in
of them.
any form. We haven't even heard what he did. Maybe it was something really, really nice.
Brooke wants a firm handshake and eye contact. Hello there,
No,
dude.
well, be careful with the eye contact.
Oh,
That's
sorry.
a little bit too aggressive.
I don't want to be too romantic.
What did you do? Wait, actually, who did you go out with? That's where we should start, right?
Yeah, what's her name?
So her name's Ashley. We met up online. Man, I'll tell you, she's so beautiful. Like, she had the most insane smile.
Oh, that's sweet.
An insane smile.
That's
like
really
a Joker
sweet.
smile?
Like, kind of Joker smile, but then with the tattoos, it really did it for me.
Are you being serious? Or I can't
No,
tell.
I'm totally kidding.
Okay.
all right.
I mean, insane in that, like, you don't see this smile every day.
Oh, that's really nice. I love a great smile. Can I just ask, on your dating profile, did she have any inkling that you were some sort of romantic person? Did you describe yourself that way? Can't people describe themselves that way?
They can. I just don't swipe to them, but they
Well,
can do it.
but, like, maybe she would like it, you know?
No, I don't like describe myself as a romantic or anything like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she didn't know it was coming either.
I think the key to a grand romantic gesture is to be surprising someone with it, not telling people I'm going to surprise you with a grand romantic gesture.
Yeah, that's a good point.
How many surprises on a first date have we heard that end well?
Well, if they're coming to us, there's
got to be a good one, though. We're waiting for the one good
What
one.
is it?
Tell us that you came up with a good one, Patrick.
Well, I think so. So basically, we talked for a few days, right? We go out to this like mom and pop pizza shop because our chemistry seemed like it was really good.
Okay.
So invite her out to this place, right? Literally the best pizza I've ever had, guys.
Always those little places.
Nice, dude. So what was it like when you first saw her?
Well, like I said, her smile was insane. It made me want to go crazy.
Oh.
Right?
It's like
that's a sweet comment to you.
It sounds a little psychotic because he keeps using the word insane and crazy, but I know what he means. And I just think it's nice, like a welcoming, beautiful smile.
Her beautiful eyes made me want to have a mental breakdown. It was amazing.
Truly.
It's a kind gesture.
Okay.
What was the grand romantic gesture, though? I want to know.
So as we're like walking into this pizza place, there's this guy that's selling flowers on the corner. And like I said, I'm not really one to be romantic, but it felt right. And when you're walking by, you're like, that seems like a nice idea.
Okay.
So
get her some flowers?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's selling these bouquets for like $20.
That's a lot of money.
I only had $15.
You only,
Oh, no.
What'd you do? Ask you to spot you $5 so you could get her some flowers?
Hey, buddy, why don't you take like 16 petals off of that bad boy on my $15 worth?
So she even offered to like give me the other $5 to buy her a bouquet.
You can't help me.
Wait, you openly said... Okay, never mind.
No, she offered, first of all. Second of all, I said no.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That's good.
But he's like, I will give you one red rose for $15, which feels like an even worse idea on a first date. Red roses are like love, and I'm not trying to be weird about it. I just thought it was nice. I don't know.
Wow.
So you did it? You spent the $15 on one red rose?
20 minutes later into haggling for some flowers.
In front of your
What
date.
color I'm looking up. Yellow means friendship. Can't do that.
I think we need to go back to the definition of grand romantic gesture. Because this doesn't fall under it.
What did you end up doing?
So clearly this is going really, really well so far. So the deal we ended up doing was $10 for this wilted bouquet. The flowers did not look great, I will say.
Discount
That's
flowers.
funny. Did she laugh? I mean, did you guys make it a joke? How did she react?
That could be so cute.
I felt like she at least appreciated it. Like I said, the pizza was really the biggest thing. So we still go in, have the best pizza that she says she's ever had.
Oh, that's a good sign.
And I asked her to go back to mine because things were going so well.
And?
I may have said goodbye the next morning.
Oh, that's cute.
those flowers got a lot more wilted because the room was so hot.
What?
Steamy little wilting.
Nobody wants a humid, sticky room, Jose.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
it's been 3 days now.
It's not that long.
But long enough where I'm like, what happened?
Yeah, long enough. That's a good way to put it.
And she hasn't texted you back at all?
So I'm here.
Okay. Well, if the flowers gesture didn't seal the deal, then maybe the gesture of getting a phone call from a radio station, maybe that'll help push her over the edge.
Oh, that's pretty grand.
Crossing my fingers, guys.
It's grand. I don't know if it's romantic,
Well,
but it's grand.
We'll find out. We're going to do your second date update right after this. Great pizza, $20. Stimulating conversation, $0.
And?
A bushel of badly wilted flowers. Should be priceless, but they cost $10.
Yeah.
And Patrick, our listener, paid it. And it actually worked out for him because Ashley stayed the night over at his place. But after 3 days, now she's not calling back.
Oh, we're calling so soon. I'm just so worried that we're too eager.
There's no such thing as being too eager in love.
Yeah, there is.
Well, yeah, don't quote me on that, actually.
Yeah.
But we're going to try and find out if there's a solid reason for why Ashley has broke off communication. Patrick, how are you feeling?
I'm a little bit bummed out. I'm not gonna lie. I'm confused.
It's understandable.
I mean, it may not be a loss yet. Like we talked about, it's only 3 days. Maybe she's just busy.
Yeah, but just zero, nothing, not a hi, I'm kind of busy, sorry. That's a bad sign.
And after $10 of wilted flowers, she owes you at least something, an explanation.
At least an emoji.
I don't know about that, but...
Let's try and get something out of her here. Are you ready?
Yeah, I am ready. And, I see that she's gotten my text message, so they've been delivered. She hasn't blocked me. So like you're saying, it's not completely...
That was a thought that crossed your mind?
That she might block.
You could see, or if it's like seen.
Maybe.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Patrick, it feels like that happened to you in the past now.
Yeah.
I'm somewhat concerned.
He's like, I know when I've been blocked.
Yeah.
Hey, dating apps are weird, man.
Oh, that's what's weird.
We can all agree on
right.
that.
Let's
Let's see
call
what she
her.
has to say, though. Here we go.
Hello?
Hey, is this Ashley?
Yes, it is. Who's this?
Hi. Sorry, I don't hope we're not interrupting anything. You sound busy, but
No, I'm at work. Who is this?
we're a radio show called Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning.
Wait,
Hola.
a radio show?
Yeah, an English one. Don't worry.
Yeah.
With Jose there. We're called Brooke and Jeffrey, and we're doing something called the Second Date Update.
Okay.
It's a segment that we do where we try and help some of our listeners get in touch with someone after they've gone on a date.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of fun,
Yeah. And we got a guy who's like super eager to see you.
but not too eager.
Yeah, he's like right in the middle.
Just the medium perfect
okay.
amount of
I
eager.
thought, I thought you said there wasn't such thing as being too eager. Okay, Jeffrey, why are you concerned about it now?
I think we agreed that there was no certain amount of
Yeah.
eagerness. That is
Okay.
right.
I'm sorry. I'm just a little freaked out.
No,
Okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
I'm sorry. We're calling about a guy named Patrick that you went to pizza with the other night.
Sorry. I'm so confused right now.
We heard he fed you the best pizza of your life, so that's got to get points.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we went to this really cute little, kind of, I guess, mom and pop, pizza shop. It really was very good.
I mean, he told us all about your date, and so we got an idea that it was a pretty good time because you ended up staying the night over at his place.
Oh, my God. Wow. There's no
He didn't tell us any details beyond that, but
That's okay. I mean, you sound giggly and excited.
I don't know. I'm just a little freaked out right now. I've just never been on a radio station before. Sorry.
Did you plan on getting back to him to set up, something else?
I just haven't, kind of figured it out yet. There was just something that was, a little bit kind of off. So I just haven't had the time to, address it yet.
okay. Do you mind if we ask what was off? Because Patrick is really confused. He's not sure what happened.
Yeah. So I did spend the night over his house. And then, I woke up the next morning and I just felt, disgusting.
Oh, we all feel that, though, after
No, not
Was it
like that. It was more so physically, I had really oily skin and really greasy hair. And
Was he not change his sheets in a long time?
I don't know, but it was so weird because that never has happened to me ever, even if I haven't washed my hair in 3 days. I don't have greasy hair at all. My skin is actually quite clear, so I take really good care of it. But I
came home just so freaked out. I couldn't wait to go home and just get in the shower.
Isn't that like the TikTok thing right now that people are talking about, like the boyfriend air?
Exactly. My roommate said that it's boyfriend air, and I've never heard of it. It's like, it's not him. It's like something in I don't know how to explain it. Like
you're living in like a leftover pizza box, essentially.
Yes.
That sounds kind of nice.
Yeah.
I would love to live inside of a pizza box.
Yeah. I've never heard of boyfriend
You haven't
air.
heard of that?
Boyfriend
No.
air?
I feel like it's all of my like college, but then now it's like okay if they're cleaner, you know?
Right.
So it's just being around him, you think,
You know,
made your skin
you walk
oily?
into an apartment and it's like there's maybe a poster tacked up on the wall and like a black leather couch.
Usually no soap in the bathroom.
Yeah, exactly.
Sounds like Brooke was with Patrick, too.
I mean, like, they're an upgrade if they're not sleeping on a futon, like that type of dude.
So what
Is that what was going on?
I mean, you weren't that far off, but the futon wasn't on the floor. Like, he had a bed, but you were kind of spot on with all the other things.
So were you just grossed out by him?
Yeah.
I was grossed not by him, but like the way that I felt when I left.
It wasn't him. It was his atmosphere.
Let me ask you this. How does the air feel to you right now?
Clean.
Really?
Well, she's at work.
But there is Patrick who's on the line.
Uh-oh.
Don't you think the boyfriend air would have snuck in if it was something to do with him?
And we're on the air.
Through the phone?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
my God.
I don't know how boyfriend air permeates.
Yeah, I just heard of it, so.
Yeah.
But Patrick is there. Patrick?
Boyfriend air sounds like just the most ridiculous thing that I've ever heard. I can't believe that that's the reason that you're not talking to me.
How about
That doesn't make any sense.
It's not that I'm not talking to you. I'm just like taking a second to like process it because it was so weird and I didn't know how to address it.
A second or 3 days. I don't know. You pull out your phone every time you like look anything up, if you go on maps, if you're navigating. I know that you've looked past our messages a couple times. I'm just confused.
Well, that's a little harsh. I just needed a minute to like figure out how I was going to say because this is a really weird conversation to have. I've never been in this situation before. Sorry, I'm just surprised by your hostility because you were so sweet. I'm just
confused. I don't know. It sounds like this is like the second time it's happened. Maybe this is you. Maybe this is a you thing, not me.
what?
You think that she has bad girlfriend air and she's spilling her air into your apartment.
It sounds like it at this point.
I mean, it sounds like, Patrick, your place is just like a stereotypical bachelor pad.
That's
would you agree?
rude.
I mean, would you agree with that statement? I've never been there. I don't know.
Yeah, I know.
That's
Why
just
would you
what
just
she
throw
said.
out that assumption?
Because that's what she
Sounds
described
like.
it as.
She described it as boyfriend air.
Which
she
is just-
didn't say his apartment was a dump.
They
go
both.
together.
Yeah, it's the same.
Is that?
Is your apartment a dump, bro?
Like, what's in your fridge right now?
Listen,
I know it's a very good judge of how someone lives.
It's a radio bit from 30 years ago.
No, I'm telling you.
Is what it is.
Okay.
The best rated
I
bit.
don't just have condiments. And as far as like in terms of my apartment, it's the nicest of all of my friends. So
That's good. You're a step
Okay.
ahead.
I mean, I think we're getting too much into the nitty gritty of this. The bottom
The
line.
gritty was the problem.
Well, okay. Well, I'm
You
just
need more
saying.
nitty.
Ashley, you said that you felt like you had a really nice time, that he had a nice personality, and you vibed together. Isn't that the most important part?
sure, but like the logistics, like I don't want to feel like a grease ball every time I hang out with him, every time I go to his apartment. Like that's what I've been like considering. Like, how do you say to someone, hey, your apartment had a greasy feel about it and I feel gross. Like, can you do something? What is he going to do? Move? Like, there's nothing.
Oh.
Febreze.
Well, there's an
That's
idea.
That's what you do. It glide.
Moving isn't a bad option, maybe. I didn't think about that.
Moving.
Patrick?
Come on.
I'm certainly not going to move after a first date. I mean, I
Okay,
thought
what-
things were great, Ashley, but how about this? What if we try your place and see if you still have the greasy feeling? Because if that's the case, then it's me, not you.
That's true.
Well, I mean,
Grease up your apartment.
Her place has her own toothbrush and some face wash. Maybe that's all she actually needed.
Did you just ask her for a free hookup over at her place this time? Just to test the air?
Listen, I know you're jealous, and that's okay. You're welcome to steal that if you want to.
Actually
It's
wasn't
a
against
smooth
it.
move.
I like how we're testing the grease levels right here.
Ashley, what do you think? Test out the grease and report back to us for a free date?
It's just like the only person
person that this is going to prove anything to is him. Like, I live in my apartment, so I obviously know it's clean and not greasy. But I will say that, like, nobody's ever done anything like this with me before ever, and it's totally worthy of a second date.
Okay.
You have a good sense of humor, Ashley.
I know.
I like her.
Could barely understand what you were saying through the laughter, but
She said second date.
you got a second date, bottom line.
Yay.
But I guess the rule is this time you can't hook up because the intimacy could lead to extra greasiness.
Oh.
I read that on Brooke's bumper sticker once.
It was a long one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It usually happens once a year on our show where we'll get an email from someone who randomly met an attractive person while at the airport.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Maybe they sat next to them on a flight or they got tipsy at a bar together while waiting for their connection.
There's a lot of drunks that call the show. That's true.
Or that one time I met someone while we were both blowing into each other's flotation devices.
Oh, you were blowing into each other.
Yeah. We weren't on a plane, though. So that was kind of the weird part.
I don't want to know what you think a flotation device is.
Anyway, we do have our first airport meetup of the year.
Oh, okay.
And it happened in a very strange way. You're going to hear how in your second date update next. Brooke.
Yeah.
Thanks for getting off your phone
Sorry.
to talk to me during the radio segment.
Sorry. I didn't know we were starting.
Back when
Didn't
you were
realize what time it was.
single.
Yeah, here I am.
I want to ask, when you were single,
Uh-huh.
did you ever want to give up on finding love?
I wasn't really.
You didn't think you were going to find it anyway.
I don't know if that was my goal.
Oh, I think
What?
that's actually good advice.
I mean-
they say when you're not looking for love, it finds you, right?
I really don't. Like, I found it and I love him and I definitely wanted to get married in my life, but
But he was your cousin, so then
Yeah.
you had to settle for the guy, Michael. I get it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that was. I was in love with lots of different people, though. Yeah.
That checks out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
The reason I ask is because one of our listeners has been having kind of a tough time, not just finding the one, but even just locking down a date.
Oh.
And so now he's reaching out to us for help. His name is Hunter. Hunter, have you considered giving up on love yet?
No, not giving up.
Good.
Okay. Well, maybe after this, we'll push you to that point. But first, let's talk about the woman that you recently met, I guess. What's her name?
Well, I'm kind of nervous to say it.
Why? Is it inappropriate?
No.
Her name's a swear
It's
word?
not inappropriate. I don't know if you found her name out there. Well, all right. Her name's Jamie.
Okay, we're gonna call her. We have to know her
You
name.
jinxed it now.
Do we beep it out? Or something?
There's so many of them.
That's true.
I think
Jamie
it's
is
fine.
a very common name.
All right. Sorry, I got nervous for no reason. I'm sorry. This whole thing is nervous for me.
That's okay, man.
Okay, bro.
That's right.
We get it. You're on the radio.
We're just trying to have a fun time with you. Like, tell us what makes you feel like kind of down about your dating life recently.
I'm getting really frustrated. I've gone on a lot of dates, and a lot of them just keep bailing on me at the last minute.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Like, I'm talking a couple of times I've been at the restaurant or bar, drinking hand.
Oh, you're talking actual last minute. I thought you meant like day of.
People are so flaky these days, so.
Yeah, it's like a culture in
Honestly,
dating.
It really, like, even in friendships, people are flaky.
Yeah, no, you're right, bro.
Yeah.
Did you hear that, Hunter? Brooke says it's not you, it's everyone else in the world.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's how everyone should live their life, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not my fault. There must be someone else to
Crazy.
blame.
I'm perfect. And
Yeah.
there's so many flawed humans out there.
It's a lot easier way to live.
Yeah.
I'll use that line of my therapist.
Oh, you did. Okay.
So
yeah.
tell us, where'd you meet Jamie?
Well, I met her at the airport.
Oh, interesting. How?
So I saw this lady. It was Jamie grabbed my bag off the luggage carousel, and I had to literally chase her down like across the terminal.
Oh. Let me guess, it was a black bag.
Yeah.
I remember buying my first piece of luggage and going, wait a minute, everyone has a black piece of luggage.
Man. Like, what's the luck that it's someone that's single and you're
Yeah.
attracted
And
to?
attractive, yeah.
That's a good strategy, though. Just keep taking bags off of the luggage carousel till a cute person walks up
Or
to you.
keep checking bags in hopes people will steal it. Like, I'd like to check 10 bags
She
on my
wasn't
flight
actually
today.
even flying.
Yeah. So, did you catch her?
Yeah, I finally caught up to her, and I couldn't tell what she looked like until I did. You know, 'cause she was running away from me, and
Uh-oh.
So you were
Moment of
approached-
truth.
Okay.
So she turns around.
yeah.
Did you scream?
Oh my God, you're gorgeous. Oh, keep the bag. Oh my
I
God.
don't know. What happened?
Well, I made a joke saying, I would have taken your bag, but I don't think I'd look as good in your clothes as you do.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's pretty smooth.
And it's funny.
Really smooth.
Obviously, she had a good response to that.
Yeah, I mean, it's all downhill from there.
Oh, no.
That was a good moment.
That's when the scream started happening.
No, she laughed, and we just stood and waited for our Ubers on the corner. We talked, and I took a risk and asked for a number.
Oh,
nice.
So you made friends real quick.
So you guys, where'd you go for your date?
I asked her to grab just a coffee. I wanted to keep it casual,
Okay.
And we were texting the entire week leading up to it, and she was just saying she was excited to meet me, and then clockwork, day of, she canceled.
No, she canceled on you?
Yeah.
It's risky with coffee, though, because it's easy to cancel on coffee. Because you're like,
especially if it's early in the morning.
What's
That's
30 minutes?
Yeah.
It's true. Alexis,
That's
how many
true.
times have you done this to guys before, canceled at the last
I
second?
don't even say yes to coffee dates.
Oh.
Just saying.
I can see Alexis canceling after she gets her drink.
I could see
And then
her,
being like, thanks, bye.
I see her canceling before they even ask.
God,
That sucks.
was she sorry?
Yeah, did she give you an excuse?
No, I didn't even hear from her. And at this point, it's happened so many times, I need to understand what's going on, because this can't just be a coincidence. I mean, I hear you on canceling on coffee, but this has just happened so many times.
Weird.
It's weird you can get dates. You seem charming. You're
Yeah.
obviously attractive enough.
Yeah, you're not
But
even
wha-
catfishing people because you're meeting
Yeah.
people in person.
But why cancel
true.
every time?
I think that there's other people that want this exact same answer.
I want the answer.
Yeah. Do you?
Well, I think you need to stop screaming at people, Jeff, and that'll probably help.
Let's call her there.
Yeah,
buddy.
we're gonna call Jamie for
Yeah.
you, and in a very even keel voice, I'm gonna ask her why she's not going out with
You're
you.
gonna be cool.
I'm gonna be super chill
She's
about
gonna
it.
answer, and Jeff's gonna.
All right, Hunter.
Her situation could be different from the other ones. I don't know, but I'd at least like to hear from her what happened.
Right.
All right.
This is someone you met in person and actually had a connection with.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or we can call every girl that's canceled.
Yeah.
Really get to the
Just
bottom
a
of it.
25-minute
Yeah, we
segment.
may not have time for that.
Or threaten to steal her luggage because now you know what it looks like.
I don't know if threats are good.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, okay.
I got your back.
We'll avoid the threats. We'll
Yes.
just stick with the questions and get your second date update right after this. We just learned one of the best places to meet someone is at the airport, specifically the baggage claim area. You just
Apparently.
stand in front of the carousel, wait for a really attractive guy or girl to walk up to a bag, and then run up and nab it right before they do and say, "Oops, I thought that was mine." Now that we have our bags in common, maybe we should hook up.
Silly me.
It's pretty good.
I mean,
Honestly.
that's almost how one of our listeners, Hunter, met Jamie the other day. She accidentally took his bag thinking it was hers, so he had to go chase her down, and they ended up vibing at the airport. But then she canceled the day of their coffee date.
Which has been happening to him over and over again.
Yeah,
it's
but
got to be so frustrating.
We agree that that's kind of become the new dating culture where people are just flaking out all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm kind of thinking of flaking on my lunch with Brooke tomorrow.
Oh.
Unless she buys again. And then
always
then I'll be
buy.
there.
I always buy.
Then
Jeffrey.
maybe I'll come.
Yeah.
Maybe. Hunter, how are you feeling?
Nervous, but excited to get an answer.
Yeah, maybe you get some truth out of this. Figure out if it's something you've been doing wrong, and you can fix it.
I disagree. I think you're perfect, Hunter. Don't listen to what my hosts say. There's nothing wrong with you.
Oh.
Well, if only I wasn't interested in women.
Yeah.
I don't think that's where I was going with it, but appreciate that, Hunter.
Well, Jeffrey, you started this.
Yeah.
Took a turn.
He may be free for lunch tomorrow, bro.
That
Just
is
so you
true.
know.
We'll see what happens with Brooke.
You actually blushed for a second.
Will you
Jeffrey.
buy? You going to pay, Hunter?
Sure.
All right.
Yeah. All right, you got a backup
I got a
date now.
solid plan B.
Good. Take him, Hunter.
Let's call your plan A, though, Jamie here. We'll see what she has to say. Let's do it.
Hello.
Hey, is this Jamie?
Yeah.
Hey, Jamie. I know this is going to sound a little bit weird, but you're talking to a morning radio show right now.
Hey, Jamie.
Hi.
Hi.
Hey.
I'm sorry. Why am I talking to a morning show right now?
Oh, good question, Jamie.
Mhm.
The answer to that is we're doing a segment called a second date update.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think she knows what that
I've
is.
gone on a lot of dates, though.
Oh, you've been on a lot of dates. That's fine. You've been dating.
No, well, we hear that you're a very attractive, fun lady.
Socialite even.
Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe even entrepreneur.
Thank you.
Flying a lot.
Oh, well, yeah, I travel a lot for work.
I knew it.
I'm sorry. I don't know what this is about.
Well, we heard that information from one of our listeners named Hunter, who you met the other day at the airport.
Yeah.
Oh, you remember Hunter? Because you didn't have a long interaction with him.
Yeah, I grabbed his bag by accident,
Uh-huh.
and then we exchanged bags, and
That was kind of like funny, cute coincidence, huh?
yeah, I mean, sure.
What was your first impression of Hunter?
He's like, just kind of normal guy, but he's cute.
Yeah, marriage
Okay.
material sort of thing.
Oh, Jeffrey.
I mean, I don't know if I felt that right off the bat, but I think he was a little ramped up because I had his bag.
Yeah. Well, it's good.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Somewhere between nice and marriage material. That's a good, happy medium in there. So
It's a weird scale, dude.
Yeah. Big scale.
It's a weird
somewhere.
scale.
But the
Yeah.
the weird part that we heard is that the two of you were supposed to go out to coffee, and then
Yeah.
something happened and you had to cancel.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like maybe you were going to reschedule with him. Is that true?
I don't think so. I think we kind of are a little different in how we approach things. So maybe it just wasn't like the best fit.
How would you know that, though? How would you know that if you hadn't even hung out with him?
Well, they texted for a week, right?
Yeah, we texted for a week beforehand, and 2 days before, he texted me and said, "Are we still on?" I said, "Yeah, I'm excited to see you." And then after that, like 24 hours before, he was like, "Hey, we're 24 hours out. I just want to make sure we're still on." I was like, at that point, I was like, that's a little weird. I was like, "Yeah, we're still on." And then he sent me like text leading up to the next day. It was like, "Hey, I'm excited to see you. I just want to make sure we're still on." I'm like, yeah, I'm like really busy with work and stuff. So
I get
like
it now.
having to like respond to these texts like over and over again.
Do you have one of those limited text plans where you can only text so often, so he's ruining it for you?
No, but I have one of those limited life plans where I don't have a lot of time to deal with like something really high maintenance right off the bat when I haven't even met you.
Girls don't like that. It's called making yourself too available.
How many times did he text you asking if you were still on?
Let me see. There's like, it was like 10 texts.
Oh.
Whoa.
He was excited?
Yeah, on the bright side, it means he was really, really looking forward to seeing you again.
I mean, that's great if like you've met somebody, but like I feel like the initial meeting should be really just kind of like short to the point, and then maybe after, and then after, if it goes well, maybe then a little more text. But just that was.
Well, if the initial meeting went well, maybe the second meeting will go even better, which is going to happen in 3, 2, 1, because he's on the phone right now and wants to talk to you.
Are we still on?
Available to talk to him?
Okay.
Are you excited to meet him
I mean,
again?
I guess. Hey, Hunter. This is awkward.
Hi. Look, I gotta admit, I'm a little embarrassed hearing it all aired out like that. But I just want to give you some context. It's not so much a high maintenance thing. I've been canceled on last minute a lot on dates by a lot of women, and it's just
I wouldn't be putting that sort of information out there, Hunter. It doesn't sound great.
Do you do this with all those girls too?
Yeah, I mean, this may be the reason, buddy.
No. That's why I was doing it with Jamie. I wasn't doing this before, but after so many times, I guess it's affected me more than I thought.
Oh, it's kind of scarred you.
You didn't even realize it. Wow.
I mean, do you see where he's coming from, Jamie?
I mean, I do, but like when I don't know him at all, like to come off like that, that's like my only reference point for who this person is. It just seems like a little much.
Yeah, I didn't mean to come off that way. I was excited to go on a date with you, and I just wanted to make sure it wasn't going to be another last minute cancellation.
And I get it. I mean, it's like that's just what you deal with in this dating world. So like I've been canceled on too, and it sucks, but I don't think that I would like.
Oh, so you know the feeling that he has.
Yeah, I definitely know the same thing, but I wouldn't just then send 10 texts to somebody making sure they weren't canceling.
Yeah.
Find a middle ground. It's just a middle ground.
But it sounds like, Hunter, you're hearing her, right? Like you're hearing what she's saying.
I do hear what she's saying, and I've heard this segment before. I know normally we ask if there's another date opportunity. I mean, Jamie, would you be interested? I promise I won't text you.
Wow.
Oh my God, that breath was not good.
Yeah, Jamie, I think he sounds sweet. He's a little jaded, a little hurt from the dating scene, but
And Jamie, look, I'll text you the proper amount this time around. I mean, I'll go 3 to 6, 2 to 4.
Yeah, no, this is. Let's
What's
get
your
down.
sweet spot?
Let's get this down in writing. How many texts per day exactly are we going to be sending back and forth?
it feels like we're at an auction right now.
Yeah. Who wants 3 texts? Who wants 3 texts? What a 4 text? I got to hear a 7 texts.
4 texts a day.
Sold.
Yeah, and here's the deal. Like, if I commit to something, I will show up. So...
Well, actually, you didn't show up when you committed to the last date with him, so
that's a point.
Well, I mean, she was going to until all the texts came in.
But she didn't follow through with her commitment. That's not following through. But look, Jamie, I'm going to forgive you for that. In fact,
that's what she's looking for.
Yeah. Not only do I forgive you, I'm going to pay for your next date.
Hey.
As long as it's with Hunter. 3 texts a day, max 1 text minimum.
We're negotiating. What is this, a contract?
It's making it sound really unattractive,
It
but
should be a casual vibe. It shouldn't be written on paper.
I do think you should give him another chance.
Yeah, Jamie, give me another chance. I want to communicate with you the proper amount.
The proper.
I mean, the proper amount. That sounds so like.
Romantic, you're right.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, why not?
All right.
Okay. Got you a date, Hunter. Look at that.
I love it.
We're doing 2 texts. We're doing 3 texts.
Jeff,
Where are we
stop.
agreeing on?
Let them text each other.
Jamie said 2.
Yeah.
Lock it in.
Yeah.
2 texts a day or you guys are done.
Yeah.
He's going to be like, oh no, I forgot to ask directions to the restaurant.
Too late. I hit my limit.
What would you be willing to give up in order to have a one-off makeout session with your longtime crush?
Wow, probably a lot.
Would you give up your favorite food?
Forever?
No.
Forever.
No,
I don't know.
No.
Maybe sell the family pet.
No, Jeffrey.
That's like
It's just a makeout session.
Would you go to the extreme and stop watching reruns of the Gilmore Girls?
Are you doing that? Is that something you're doing?
We're not talking about me. We're talking about forbidden love. Because one of our listeners contacted us saying he just risked his friendship with one of his closest buddies in order to lock lips with someone he's thought of for a very, very long time. We're going to see if we can make this forbidden love happen in your second date update right after this. Most of the time, whenever we talk about forbidden love on this show, it's about Brooke and her insatiable thirst for her cousin Ronnie.
Stop it. I do not like my cousins.
Well, not anymore.
Oh, my God.
But alas, we're not dealing with that type of forbidden love. At least
good.
not today.
All
Because
right.
one of our listeners, Mark, says he dipped a toe into the forbidden pool of romance recently. And he's afraid the lifeguard won't let him cannonball all the way in.
What?
So he needs our
aggressive.
help. Mark,
Yeah, why?
welcome to the show, man.
Hey, thank you.
Oh, man.
What's up, man?
I love a good, juicy story. I mean, I'm dying to know who you're talking about.
Yeah, tell us your situation.
Okay, well, so I have a best friend, Stuart, who goes by Stu.
Okay.
We've been really good friends since college.
Oh, do you want to take it to the next level?
No, not with
Oh.
Stu.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought it would be kind
No.
of forbidden. Your best friend.
No, I'm a straight fella, and Stu and I have been really good buddies since college. I know his family. I would go over his house all the time. He knows my family.
That's the best when you can just like walk in and
Yeah,
you feel
totally.
like you're the second son.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you prefer their family to your own family.
Yeah, for sure.
Actually, most of the time.
Jeffrey would take any family.
Okay, that's cool. It's nice to have a close friend from college.
Yeah, he's like a brother to me, and I'm just afraid I may have ruined everything because I low-key had a crush on his younger sister, Lisa, for a while.
Oh, no.
Did you hook up with her already?
Yeah, something did happen. But it's one of those things where I couldn't even ask because he wouldn't be cool with it.
Oh, really? He wouldn't be?
Well, there's two different types. Like, I have a friend who's literally always asked, like, bro, you should date my sister. It'd be so cool.
Yeah, why
And then there's
not?
other dudes that are like, stay away.
I asked my best friend from high school if I could date his little sister, and he said yes.
Yeah, because
But then I asked the sister, and she said no.
Yeah,
so that
right.
was a super low moment
And then you
for
were
me.
like, no, your brother already said yes.
He tried.
So
I
we're
think
dating.
Like, yeah,
Sorry,
legally, we're supposed to.
Your brother already said.
Yeah, that's rough.
I think it's really weird too. Like it's just like a kind of aggressive on your bro's part.
It may be weird.
Yeah, I mean, how old's the little sister?
How much younger?
She's a few years younger. I mean, nothing
Okay.
crazy.
All right.
Okay.
So what happened?
I was recently single, and I was at a bar, and I saw Lisa there. So I went over and started talking to her, and we were laughing about something, and I said, if under different circumstances, I wasn't friends with your brother, I would have asked you out a long time ago.
What? You just told her that?
That's
A lot.
Yeah.
You had to have been drunk when you said that.
I had a little buzz.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a little bit of that.
There's
Enough
some truth
confidence.
serum. Yeah.
What did she say to that?
definitely. She was like, well, maybe you should do it anyway.
Oh.
my God.
All right, Lisa.
Nice.
This is why I always wanted an older brother. I never had one. I'm like,
Same.
God.
Their friends would be so cute growing up. Yeah, I agree.
Okay,
Friends with older brothers always had hot
Yes,
guys.
they
We get it,
around.
Brooke. You'd like to salute around with everybody in your friends group and in your family
It is a
group.
full.
I'm with you.
Thank you, Alexis.
Okay, we got it. So she wanted you to ask her out.
Yeah, I took that as a go-ahead. So I was like,
Duh.
what are you doing 10 minutes from now? And she said, she said, I'm busy, but I'm available 5 minutes from now.
Oh, wow.
Love the chemistry.
I like Lisa.
Actually, you
Yeah.
guys do have a good banter.
So was it fun?
Yeah, she's like, meet me outside in 5. So we ended up walking around and grabbing food at a food truck, and we
Cute.
kind of ended up making out.
My
That
God.
is so fun. And it probably felt like, it's always fun when it's a little dangerous.
Yeah. What was it good? Because there's a whole build up to that moment. Was it as good as you had thought it would be?
It was great. And we have a connection, we had a lot of fun hanging out, and, we had known each other for so long. So it was a little, weird kissing someone that that you've known for that long. But,
Yeah.
I mean, that's good news. How did that night end?
well, I was like, we can't tell your brother about this.
Oh.
And she said, I'm a grown woman. I can make my own decisions.
I was going to say that. You guys are both adults now.
I mean, that makes it feel really immature by trying to keep a secret.
Mhm.
But I get why you're worried about it if you really think he'd be that upset.
Well, I kind of changed my tune after that, and I said, if anybody's going to tell him, it's got to be me, and I kind of need some time to figure out how to do that.
Okay, what'd she say to that?
Mm.
Well, we just kind of got into a disagreement, and it really just ended sort of weird.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
So did she immediately leave and text her brother? Does he know?
I don't know. Everything seems to be okay with Stu. He's not treating me different, and I haven't brought it up, so I don't think she said anything.
Okay.
I mean, hopefully she did, and he's cool with it, but it doesn't sound likely.
Yeah.
But do you want to date her, or do you just wanted it to be that one night?
Everything except for the end was awesome, and I would love to keep hanging out with her.
Okay. You would like to see her. Let's take a quick vote around the room. Do we think
Okay.
that this is a good idea for him to date his best friend's younger sister? Alexis?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
I like drama though.
Okay.
So.
One vote for yes. Brooke?
Yeah, I'm into it.
Yeah.
The girls love messy.
mean-
Brooke is into the family.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the
Jose?
worst thing that can happen? You lose your best friend.
Yeah.
There you
Oh,
go.
well.
The romantic in me loves this because if you guys do, I'm fast forwarding here, end up getting engaged or
Oh, wow.
married, you already
Big
have the
fast forward.
family's blessing.
Oh.
Okay.
You
They
missed a
love
lot of
you
steps.
already.
Okay.
They kissed outside of a kielbasa truck. Let's not jump to
I'm
marriage.
just saying, the romantic in me thinks this will go very well.
Okay, and so I'm gonna vote no. This is probably not a good
Oh,
idea.
you don't
but
like it.
we're gonna.
That's only because you were rejected by a sister.
Yeah, if I can't have my best friend's younger sister, no one can have their best
Someone's
friend's
bitter.
younger sister. Anyway, we're going to call your best friend's sister, Lisa, and try and get you a second date update right after this, all right?
That would be awesome. Thanks.
All right, hold on. Well, we're running a little bit short on time, so I'm going to do a quick recap.
Okay.
A guy has a best friend from college.
Yep.
And he's had a crush on his friend's little sister for a few years now.
Mhm.
One night, they ran into each other at a bar, ended up hanging out the rest of the evening, and even kissed outside of a food truck.
Yeah.
And Mark, here's my question, because I just want to make sure I heard it correctly. You definitely don't think her brother knows about this.
No way. He would have freaked out on me by now for sure.
Okay. So when do you want to tell him? Like a month in, a year? When you start popping out nieces and nephews for him? When's the good time?
At the wedding.
I don't know. I guess it depends on what happens, really.
Just play it by ear.
But today we're calling the little sister.
Right. We're not calling his brother.
I mean, when was the last time you talked to her?
Yeah, I haven't really talked to her since all this went down.
Oh.
About 3 weeks.
Oh, wow.
No text?
Wow. She's mad.
I have no idea what we're going to get on the other line when we call her. Like, we're...
A girl, hopefully.
Well, I know. Is she angry? Is she...
Yeah.
Hope she
Okay.
picks up.
I'm going in with a positive attitude. Okay, Mark?
Yeah, you always do, Jeff.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
someone has to. Let's do it.
That's you, Jeff.
I'm calling Lisa right now. Here we go.
Okay.
Hello?
Hey, is this Lisa?
Yeah, this is she.
Hey, Lisa. How's it going? You're on the radio right now.
Who? Okay, wait. Who is this?
Well, we're a morning show called Brooke and Jeffrey in the morning. And
We are excited to talk to you.
yeah, we have a very interesting conversation looming here.
I think I don't understand what's happening. I don't
Yeah.
understand what you mean by a radio.
Oh, you don't know what a radio is?
Oh,
FM.
This is gonna be a long
we have a lot of
conversation.
explaining to do here.
We also do a podcast. Does that help?
That probably.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but why are you calling me?
Yeah, we're calling because we're doing a segment called the Second Date Update, and we're trying to ask you a little bit about your interaction about 3 weeks ago with a guy named Mark.
A friend of the family named Mark.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I'm trying not to label anything.
okay, what did he tell you? What did he say?
He spilled a little tea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not the whole cup.
Said
but
you guys met up randomly at a bar one night and
ran into each other.
ran into each other there, hung out the rest of the night.
Yeah, you guys went to a food truck.
You remember this, right?
Yeah, I very vividly remember this night.
Okay.
Okay.
that's good.
What did you think?
Yeah.
Ugh,
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Maybe she just had a fly in her throat.
Oh, no. I mean, can you start from the beginning? Like, when Mark said, I want to ask you out on a date. Like, I mean, it's your brother's best friend. What were you thinking?
So at first, I actually was into it just because I've always felt like Mark is kind of hot and fun. And
Nice.
so,
Okay.
it was exciting and felt, this is going to sound strange, but a little bit dangerous and risky going behind my brother's back.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure.
You're into that.
Because, yeah, I don't know how much you know, but Mark is best friends with my older brothers too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we know that.
Yeah,
We
your whole
had
family
a
knows him.
hint.
Okay. Well, because of that, though, after we kind of had we kind of made out, whatever.
Mhm.
And then immediately Mark was like, "But you can't tell your brother," and that felt really gross to me,
Mm.
really controlling.
Yeah.
That felt like a red flag.
Well, I don't think he was trying to kill the romance or anything. I think he was just honestly worried that he might be blowing up a good friendship for this.
He wants to keep the good relations with everybody.
I guess, but that's not attractive to me.
Yeah.
You're making out with me, and now you're acting scared.
Hey, don't
Yeah.
tell anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awful.
Yeah, he probably should have waited
And
5 minutes or something.
And we told him that sounded pretty immature when he retold that. I mean, he told us that you guys got into an argument about it. And it sounded like he kind of realized that too.
Honestly, it was a little too late because I decided for sure I was going to tell my brother.
Oh,
no. What?
So wait, when did you tell him?
That night.
No!
Oh my
Wait,
gosh.
what was his response?
Well, my brother was cool with it. And I was like, oh, that's not a big deal. Sure.
Wait, what?
Wait. Seriously?
Mm-hmm.
Why was Mark so in his head about your brother being
Yeah.
so weird about it then?
Didn't he
was
mention to it one time?
Yeah, he was for certain that his best friend would be like, "Don't date my sister."
She's mine.
Yeah, weird. Well, that's
No,
weird.
no,
Yeah. That's strange.
Yeah.
Whatever
Yeah.
he said.
So your brother was actually fine.
Exactly. He said, Mark's a good guy. If you want to hang out with him, that's cool with me.
Isn't that a good thing?
Oh.
For someone, but the riskiness, the dangerous part of it was gone, which okay, that's fine. Not all my relationships need to be that. But then it just started becoming
weird for me. Like, oh, I'm going to be like making out with my brother's best friend. This guy knows all my brother's deep secrets. Like, that's not something.
So it didn't freak your brother out. It freaked you out when you started to think about
the
it.
risk and the danger was gone, and then so did the romance left. But like, what if I told you if you're into risk and danger, there's been somebody secretly listening in on this conversation on the other line,
What do you
wanted to talk to you?
I just don't really know what this is. What do you mean?
I mean, Mark has been quietly listening, wanting to jump in and.
It's more creepy than risky.
It's dangerous. He's a dangerous boy.
Yeah, he
Isn't that right, Mark?
Mark.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Hey there, bad boy.
Wait, so Mark heard everything I just said.
Yes.
Well, you can
That
ask
was
him.
him.
Or
He's
did he?
there.
Mark?
You told your brother, like, right off the bat, that's what you did?
Well, of course, I'm able to make my own decisions, and I decided to do that, yes. That's the first thing you have to say about all of this?
I don't know why you would do that. Like, that would be your first instinct when I was, like, I'm worried about it, but whatever.
I mean, he was cool with it, Mark, so
Yeah,
you're in the clear.
surprise.
Yes, I mean, that's unexpected, and I was just trying to be cautious about relationships.
See, that's the problem right there, Mark. You're trying to be cautious, and she's into danger. You got to be dangerous if you want to win Lisa's heart.
That's true.
I'm still plenty dangerous.
Oh,
Okay.
really?
Yeah, your family would hate it if we hooked up.
I don't think
Family?
Like, have you told your mom about it?
No, believe it or not, I didn't call my mom to
Wait.
say.
Wait, hold on.
Family convo?
You're lucky you didn't tell your mom. She would have been super angry and pissed.
Oh, dangerous.
Don't tell the dog either.
don't think anyone
Because
will-
everyone's going to be barking.
I don't think anyone believes your gauge on this family anymore, Mark. Because you had your best friend so wrong.
It sounds like he's trying to make it sound dangerous now, and it's not.
Lisa, do you think your parents would be upset?
No, I think they'd be fine with it too, which
Yeah.
makes it feel continuously more lame.
Oh, no.
I mean, Mark, I think
Not
we need
everyone approving of a healthy relationship.
I think we need to play up Mark's good parts, right? Everyone says he's a great guy in your family. He obviously likes you, and you guys know each other really well. Like, that can be a real foundation for something.
Yeah, like a real something.
Boring.
Am I the only one trying?
Brooke, I'm with you, though.
I'm just saying, I feel like with Mark specifically, I'd want it to feel more dangerous, and it doesn't. And so that's just kind of where I'm at.
Okay, so maybe that was the attraction.
I do other dangerous things. I gamble until I have no money.
Oh, that's
well,
sad.
okay.
Yeah.
Not an addiction.
Yeah. We should not do that,
You
Mark.
should give him a hotline number before you get off the phone.
Okay, so that's just irresponsible. That's not dangerous.
He's like, I also have horrible credit. What do you think of that, lady?
Sometimes I don't brush
Yeah.
my teeth at night.
Wow. I mean, what we would like to do, Lisa, is send you and Mark out on another date, and we would pay for
danger
it.
date.
You see that? Look at that. A man who won't even pay for his own dates.
Oh, because he ran out of money gambling.
Yeah, that's
Isn't that naughty? What do you think, Lisa?
Well, I hear that you want to do that, and Mark probably wants to do that, but I do not want to do that.
Oh. Look at that. We finally found someone that doesn't approve of the relationship. In fact, dating him would go against your own wishes.
Hey.
Doesn't get any more naughty and risky than that.
I think that's a no, Jeffrey.
Is it?
Yeah.
Almost could like trick herself
Trying
into
to.
it. Yeah.
All right.
That's good,
Okay.
Jeff.
Yeah, but listen, I do want to say I'm okay with us still being friends, but like all of this is really awkward. So I think maybe let's just have some distance for a bit, and I'll see you when I see you.
Okay.
Great. See you at Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Wow.
All
I
right.
definitely shouldn't have kissed you. Okay.
Oh, no.
Lisa.
Never say that. We knew it.
Maybe
but
we
yeah.
can. Maybe they'll all laugh about this in the future.
At Thanksgiving.
We all have embarrassing things that we learned a little bit later in life.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like Alexis, for example, recently discovered Houston is not the name of the guy that astronauts are talking to from space.
Yeah, that's really confusing.
Or what about when Alexis learned that rotating your tires doesn't actually mean spinning them around on the
Yeah.
axle?
Yeah.
Also, should have been taught that in school.
Yeah.
Or what about when Alexis learned that guerrilla warfare isn't literally militant guerrillas wearing combat boots and fighting each other?
Yeah, oh my God, this war's so cute.
It makes sense in my head. That's what I see.
It is a really cute war.
Sometimes you learn them later. And recently, one of our listeners was out with a guy who took a chance to be vulnerable and admit to her he never learned a very basic life skill. But instead of making fun of him, she used it as an opportunity to teach him and create a memorable date night. But was it maybe too embarrassing to the point that he's now avoiding her? We're going to find out what happened and try to get her another shot in a brand new second date update right after this. Alexis, how many times has Brooke offered to set you up on a date with a guy she knows and you've said, no thanks, I'm good?
Yeah.
What, do you not trust Brooke to have any cool, young, hunky male friends for you?
I think we have different definitions of cool young hunky.
Yeah.
All three?
Yeah.
Or are you worried that you're going to show up and it's going to be a play date with her son, Alder?
Oh, both. That might be better than who she sets
You
me
guys
up
are
with,
almost the
honestly.
same age.
Yeah. Could be a cute
mentally-
couple one day.
Oh, no.
Well, one of our listeners, Lily, was fighting the same way Alexis was. Her friend wanted to set her up on a date, and Lily kept on saying no. Lily, welcome to the show. How you doing?
Hey, I'm good. It's good to be here.
Hey,
Nice.
I mean, I take it your friend wasn't good help because you're calling us instead.
Actually, that's the thing. My friend ended up being great help.
Oh.
Oh.
That's not usual.
Yeah, well, so she's been trying to set me up for a long time. I've been single for probably about a year now.
Is she
Yeah.
one that like sets you up with anyone she knows, or is it the same person she's been trying to hook you up with?
Yeah, the same person.
Oh. Well,
So
that's weird, too, because now it's like this guy can't get a date either.
Oh,
So,
I
like,
didn't
that's
think
a
of
red
that,
flag.
Jeff. That's smart. Well, hey, you're both red flags, though.
Yeah.
You make a very vibrant
I
flag
heard
together.
red and red make green.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you eventually met up with him?
Yeah, well, I kept saying no, because my whole idea was like, look, I can find a guy on my own, like I don't want to ruin our friendship if things get weird, like the guy doesn't work
What,
out.
would you blame her for it? And that's why you would.
No, I think she just might feel bad.
Okay.
I don't know. I just didn't want to make things weird between us.
Yeah,
Okay.
There's a different level of pressure when it's
All
hooked
right.
up
Okay.
to a friend.
Do you know this guy's name?
Yeah, his name was Matt.
Matt.
Matt? Okay.
Matt.
And did you get to look at his socials? Like, did she give you any proof of what the goods were beforehand?
No, she was just like, take it from me. Trust me, this guy's a winner. Like,
Oh my
I think
God.
you two would really hit it off.
She must be persistent for you to finally cave.
He was. Because I didn't cave, she tricked me.
Oh.
What?
No,
What
what
do
do
you
you
mean?
mean?
Yeah, she tricked you.
How?
Yes, we had a big work event the other week
Uh-huh.
to celebrate a big work win. So we all went out to the club, and after the club, somebody was like, hey, let's bring the party back to my place.
Oh.
So we all ended up at a house party, and he was there.
Oh, you
Was it-
sly devil, you.
And that was by design.
Yes.
Definitely.
Okay.
So what did you
Okay.
think when you saw Matt?
So he's easy on the eyes. He's great. And
Good.
we
That's
ended
awesome.
up just chatting casual style.
Good, you didn't do the formal chat with him? You went with the casual chat?
You didn't take a large bow.
Yeah, that's nice.
But did he know that your friend had been trying to hook you two up? Because sometimes that's really awkward. But it's also could be something you bond over.
He didn't say.
Oh, he didn't say. You don't know if he knew. Oh.
I don't know. But at one point in our conversation, he just drops that he doesn't know how to drive. And I was like,
Oh.
wait, what?
That is weird.
Well, is it that he never tried to learn or that he tried so many times and failed that he gave up?
Yeah. That's a good point. Or legally.
I mean, Alexis could get a license. I mean,
I
can
know.
you actually fail that many times?
I don't know.
No, he just never bothered to learn. It just wasn't a thing.
Yeah, if you live in a big city, you really don't need there's buses.
I have
and
some
all
friends
kinds
that
of
just
stuff.
got their license in their
Really?
20s. Yeah.
Well, that's because you're 14, Alexis.
Or maybe he's from a wealthy family where he has a chauffeur and he doesn't need to learn how to
Didn't even
drive.
cross my
Jeffrey
mind,
related.
Jeffrey.
Oh.
Okay.
That was where
Yeah.
mine first went.
Okay.
But,
It doesn't matter. I mean, was that okay with you?
Well, so of course it's getting late and I'm in a very good mood. So I'm like, hold up. I'm going to teach you how to drive right now. Come with me.
Wait, what?
Wait, late night after the club? Girl, I think you're going to get arrested for this.
After the club, after the house party.
Yeah.
Now's the time to learn to drive?
Yes.
Oh, no.
Whoa.
Basically, we went to a nearby mall parking lot, and I taught him how to drive.
Was
Okay.
it fun? Because I just remember learning to drive with my dad and a lot of screaming and yelling at each other.
Yeah.
And like,
I said break. I said break.
Yeah, it's really stressful.
And how many casualties were there that night?
Thankfully, none.
That's good.
I thought it was a fun time. We just drove in circles and laughed a lot. And
okay.
at the end, he thanked me for teaching him, and there was a little kiss.
Oh.
I thanked my driving instructor the same way, so good call.
That's what they teach you. Don't kiss and drive.
Yeah.
Jeff.
With the other
You
students
did.
in the back seat.
Yeah. Who's
Okay.
next?
So I drove him back to his place,
Yeah.
and he kissed me goodnight,
Wow.
and that was it.
Oh my God.
Wow.
And you haven't heard from him?
Technically, a little. I mean, the next day we texted back and forth a little bit,
Okay.
and it was just like yeah, thanks, that was fun, haha.
Okay.
Ha ha.
Well, they laughed a lot.
Oh.
Yeah.
You always
Okay.
throw that in
That
there.
was fun. Ha ha. Bye. No, okay.
Yeah.
It was more lighthearted than that.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you checked with your friend who was setting you guys up? I'm sure she totally knows.
Yeah.
Of course I checked with her because I was like, oh my God, you were right. He's amazing, and we had a great time.
Yeah.
And you kissed. Like,
Freaking out. But no, she hasn't heard from him either.
Oh.
Hmm.
And
Weird.
she is just as frustrated about this as I am because, for once, her matchmaking skills seem to have worked.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
maybe because you taught him to drive, he's like, I'm finally going to be able
Yeah.
to go on a road trip.
I'm
Yeah.
freelance.
Yes, and
Yeah.
he's like in another country right now.
Getting dozens of dates left and right. Well,
He's like, freedom!
we're going to find out. We're going to call him in just a minute here, and Brooke is going to backseat drive the conversation and tell me how bad of a job I'm doing.
I actually appreciate if you
Somebody
don't,
needs
Jeff.
to be in control
Yeah.
here,
When we do
Jeffrey.
your second date update right after this. Hold on. How many rom-coms have that scene where one character teaches the other how to drive a stick shift through a cornfield?
Yeah.
And then they veer off, almost hit a cow, and they laugh about it and make out for hours in the back seat.
Dang, I haven't seen this.
I didn't see that either.
Yeah.
Really?
What
Yeah,
kinda-
who's in that one?
What kind
I
of
feel like
wild country
Ryan
movies-
Gosling and
Oh,
then
really?
name
Julia
generic
Stiles
white
or-
girl here.
Okay.
Any
Yeah.
generic white girl?
Well, that scene played out in real life the other day for our listener Lily.
I don't think there was
Kind
cows.
of. I mean, no cows. It was,
Corn, no
and it was just a regular automatic car with a millennial who hadn't learned for the first 30 years of his life how to
yeah.
drive.
Mhm.
But she taught him how, and it turned out to be a great night with laughter and kissing. But now the romance is stuck in neutral.
Oh, car.
So we're going to call this guy
thing.
and try and kick it back into drive.
Oh,
Maybe
wow.
even
Okay.
into sport mode if we're
Oh,
lucky.
All right, just
We're
balance
still
the
going.
clutch, Jeff. Don't
gonna-
hit it too hard.
We're
You
going to
have
rev
to
the
balance.
engine.
Yeah, you ready to
Okay.
do this, Lily?
I'm so ready, yes.
Oh my God.
Okay.
I feel like we're like 4-cylinder show. It's fine.
Yeah, insurance doesn't cover us.
No, I mean, I'm excited for you. It's weird that your friend doesn't know either that was so adamant that you two go out. I think that that's the strangest part is he's not just calling not you back, but not talking to her either.
Yeah,
Right, yeah. He's just like disappeared or something. I don't know.
weird.
Crazy.
Well, let's get some answers. I'm going to call him right now. We'll see what he has to say. Here we go.
Hello,
Hey, is this Matt?
speaking. Who's this?
My name is Jeff. You may have heard this voice before on a radio show called Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning.
He doesn't drive. He may not listen.
That's true. Do you have podcasts?
Sorry, I'm not familiar with it.
Oof, it's
Yeah.
all right. Well, you're on a segment right now called a second date update, and we're trying to help one of our listeners get back in touch with you after you two hung out the other night. Her name's Lily.
Oh my God. Whoa, really?
Is that a good
Yeah.
oh or a bad oh? We can't tell.
I don't really want to talk about this,
Oh.
if that's okay.
Okay.
Okay. I understand your hesitation, but this is how the segment works. Like, Lily knows that she may be hearing something that might be a little awkward, a little uncomfortable, but she's just super confused after having a really nice time with you the other night.
Yeah, it's just a very difficult situation.
Really? On your side, is it something personal for you then? Because it sounds pretty easy on her side. She liked you. She'd like to go out again.
Yeah, it's very much on my side.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right. Do you plan to reach out to Lily at any point?
Maybe I'm just trying to figure out a way to do it.
What do you mean? Just with a call or a text?
Maybe we can help you out if you're going through something and you need to like work things through.
Wait a minute. So are you like involved with somebody? Because you can just be honest with us about that, bro.
No, I'm not involved with anybody.
Huh.
It's more complicated than that.
You're married.
You're involved with many people.
No, not that either.
Do you want us to just play the guessing game for 3 more minutes?
We've heard it all. We can do this.
I don't think there's any way you guys would guess this one.
All right.
Okay.
Well, if you could give us just a little bit of information, because Lily could really use a little closure on this. She really fell for you the night that you hung out, and she's been completely out of whack for the last week, trying to figure out what's going on.
Okay. I liked her too, so
Good.
we have a mutual friend who's been trying to set us up for 2 or 3 months now.
Oh, you did know about that. Okay.
Oh, yeah. I was in on it, and we met at the party, and we had this amazing experience and driving around the parking lot of some mall, and she was really cool. So, I live near our friend, so I just walked over her house the next morning, excited to tell her the news, and I'm like, hey, Lily and I, we finally went out on that date.
Yeah.
Oh, so you did talk to her friend. Interesting.
Oh, yeah. And she was, I don't know how to describe it. She just had this look of shock on her face.
What?
What do you mean?
I thought she was the one that set it all up so you guys would meet at the party.
Well, that's what I thought. So then she just blurted out that she was just upset because she, and her trying to set me up with Lily, has decided that she's now fallen for me.
What?
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Oh,
Lily's friend now admits that she has feelings for you?
Yeah. And I thought she was joking, so,
Did you laugh?
I sure did.
Oh.
Wow.
But she was like, it's not a joke.
Oh, no.
She wants to be with me. And I like her as a friend. We've known each other for a long time, but I never thought of her that way, especially with her trying to get me to date somebody else.
Oh,
So
no.
it sounds like there might actually be feelings there for Lily's friend too, from the way you're talking about it.
I don't know. I'd never thought about it.
I understand because they do say a lot of times when you're friends first, things tend to be better when you move on. So, yeah, it's...
I don't know.
Why is she setting him
It's like
up?
telling somebody to order fries when it's you that really wants the fries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe she was hoping that Lily would reject him so that she would be like, see, I guess there's nobody left for you but me.
That's a weird way to go about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, wow. That's going to be a lot of information.
Nah,
for Lily.
it's not a horrible position for you to be in, but it's kind of a really bad situation for Lily.
Yeah. You guys got to tell him.
Now, I just got to tell you, Matt, this is super awkward, but Lily's been on the other line listening and heard the whole thing.
What?
Yeah.
Hey.
That's Lily.
Hey, Matt.
Hey, Lily.
Oh.
I'm really sorry. I did know you were on the on this call. This is not how I wanted you to find out.
I'm just so overwhelmed. I don't know what this means. I thought my friend had my best interests at heart and had my back, and now I just feel like
I'll say it doesn't sound like your friend did this maliciously or tried to hurt you in any way.
I feel like maybe your friend lied to you on purpose.
Really?
She definitely lied about saying that she didn't hear from Matt after the date.
Well, what is she going to say? I heard from him. I confess my love to him.
Yeah.
That would be the truth, Brooke. She didn't say that.
Oh, my God. She doesn't know what to say either, probably.
And in her defense, Lily, she was trying to tell you how great of a guy he is, and he's so great of a guy, she fell for him, too.
I mean, it makes sense. She's trying to convince you over and over again, and then it finally dawns on her, wait a minute.
Am I go for him?
Am I projecting?
It's really making me rethink our entire friendship and what else she might be keeping from me that's
That's true.
Oh, Matt, this is so messy for you to be in the middle of.
Yeah, Matt.
Well, I don't want to ruin anyone's friendship, like mine with our friend or you guys. So the three of us could get together, get in a room, talk it out.
Every guy.
I like how you think, Matt. This is good problem solving.
I don't think so.
He's like, look, let's all have some drinks again. All
Brooke,
right,
what's wrong? What's wrong with that, Brooke?
It's not what the women want.
If you were
like
20
love.
years younger and a few drinks deep, you would be all over this. You'd say, bring
wouldn't.
7 more girls in here and let's have a really good time.
God, Matt, have you
Yeah?
gone out with the other girl already? The friend?
No, not at all.
Okay.
And-
okay.
Jokes aside, in all honesty, Matt sounds pretty sincere. Like he just wants them to all be together so they could talk about what's really going on. The secrecy and the keeping things from each other, that's not working.
So, Matt, I don't know what the right course of action here is because I like you and man, I don't know.
I don't have an answer for you. I think you got to talk to our friend first.
Oh, man.
So you can't decide between them still?
No, I don't think it's a matter of deciding. I mean, like,
Yeah, that'd be a pretty messy road for Matt to take. So, I mean, maybe it's not a bad idea for all 3 of you guys to talk it out together, and we could pay to have you meet up at a restaurant or something like that.
Oh.
Whoa, I gotta put a big old yellow flag out there on that one.
You want to talk to her
You don't like
first.
restaurants? Should we go somewhere else?
Maybe a buffet?
Oh my God. No, I've got so much to work out. I had no idea this was going to go this direction.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry this is happening, Liz. I know this is a lot.
Keep us posted? Email
Yeah,
us?
I hope
Like-
more than anything your friendship,
True.
gets through this. And then Matt, I mean, you're in a win-win
Yeah, it
situation.
really is.
So
Yeah, let us know who you pick, Matt.
I don't know if it's as win-win as you guys think.
okay.
Okay.
I mean, if I end up with either of them, it's there's going to be the baggage of the last week.
It's going to be tough, just like when you learn parallel parking from one of them.
Yeah.
It's really hard. This is like the same thing.
You're going to have one of them behind you being like, no!
Yeah. Not like that. Do the other thing. Crank the wheel to the right.
A lot of adults don't know how to drive, guys.
I think part of the reason these second date calls are so popular is because we tend to see ourselves reflected in these people who are dating.
Oh, that's a good
I can see that.
Yeah.
Like Jose can relate when a caller is pining hard after their ex.
Yeah.
And Brooke nods emphatically when someone says they're harboring feelings for their blood relatives.
Stop it.
But a little while back, we had a guy who I identified with because his love life was being actively infiltrated by his own mother.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, that's a trigger
man.
for you.
He wasn't into his mom, Brooke. Don't get excited, okay? But she was meddling
That is
in
so
it.
gross.
And it led to an awkward but hilarious date night with a very special lady. And we're going to play that original phone call, then afterwards find out what's happened since in a brand new second date update.
Maybe Jeff will even get closure.
We'll see. We'll do it next. We've helped people rekindle old flames on the show before.
Yeah.
And when I say we, I mean Jose, Alexis, and I. And then the other person usually barges into the conversation all pouty and sad and snuffs the flame right out.
Jeffrey, I love. I think love is fantastic. I think it's what we should
You don't have to scream it into my ear.
Yeah, someone's overcompensating.
I'm just asking out of the bottom of my heart, Brooke, today, please, let's not give up on these people so quickly.
I feel like the only times you ever say that is when the people really have screwed something up.
I can feel you giving up already. I'm just saying, whatever happened, whoever said whatever to whoever, let's give them some grace.
Okay.
Let's give them some leeway.
Oh, no.
People can
Brooke.
make mistakes. Let's be the healers that our listening audience deserves to hear.
Yeah, bro.
Okay,
Is that so hard?
What did they do
Let's
wrong?
do it. Oh, we're
What
clapping.
did they do wrong?
Applause for that.
Okay.
Wait, you're applauding your own speech?
That's the
Hey,
type of
good
energy
job,
that we're
Jeff.
looking for
Hey,
here.
listeners, guess
Okay.
who the only person not applauding is?
Can
Brooke.
we ask that of you today?
I feel like you're setting me up for something, but sure.
Wow.
Can't get a golf
Sure.
A
ball.
half-hearted sure is the best we're going to do today, Thomas. So
Thomas-
we're in a mildly safe place. She says she'll behave. Welcome to the show, man.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome, Thomas.
We're ready to hear about the date that you went on. Tell us about who it was with.
So it was with Marie,
Okay.
and she is somebody that I knew in middle school.
Oh, that's cute.
Did you guys slow dance at a middle school dance before?
No, we were never close.
Oh, okay.
She actually beat me up
Oh.
when I was a kid.
What? Beat you up?
Well,
she's like giving you a swirly. You're like, you're so beautiful.
Yeah. Is she still scary or?
No, she's not as scary.
Okay.
You know, women are a little bit intimidating to me. But,
Did she remember that you're the guy that she beat up?
Yeah, so maybe I'm jumping ahead too much, but when I went out on the date with her, I actually wore a boxing helmet, like boxing like headgear.
Oh, that's so funny.
That's amazing.
Like, rematch. Let's do this.
Yeah. We're adults now. Let's go. Round 2.
What did she say when you showed up wearing that?
She laughed. She thought it was great. She knew exactly what it was.
Oh my God.
That's actually pretty funny.
How did you guys reconnect?
Yeah, so I'm like recently divorced. I got on the dating app and she was on there. And I didn't recognize her. Like I sort of recognized her, but not completely.
You're like, can I get a picture of your fists coming towards my face? Then I might recognize it.
But it is kind of crazy how many people like stay in town. Like after middle school and high school, like you're all in the same community still. That's great.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, so what'd you guys end up doing for the date?
We just went to like a sports bar and had some food and.
Oh, that made your headgear not stand out as much since you're in a sports bar.
You guys here for the boxing match?
Big fan.
What was the chemistry like?
I thought we had like great chemistry at first. I thought we had great chemistry. I thought everything was like good, you know, conversation, like energy, the whole thing. Like it just felt like we had a really good dynamic at first.
At first,
Why do
keep
you
saying
that?
What happened later?
So, like, I guess this was a dumb move on me, but I told my mom, you know, it's a small community, so we all kind of knew each other's parents and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And my mom actually ended up showing up on the date.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't blame you. I feel like my parents do the same. If I was like, you remember the blankety blanks from church?
Wait, did
they'd
she
be
like?
Oh, we want to say hi.
Brooke, don't give up on love yet. I can see it in your
look at her
eyes. You're ready to
face.
quit on
It's
this.
just feeling bad. How
Hold
long?
on.
How long was the interaction with your mom? Please tell me it was like. Oh,
No, don't put the
honey.
judgment.
And then she left.
Don't finish that sentence.
How long did she stay on your date?
She didn't stay that long. I mean, she showed up, said hi, gave her a hug, but like, I didn't tell her to come meet up with us. So I hope that she didn't think it was like set up or something by me.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. Honestly, it could just be that like suddenly there's the adult sexy version of you, and then when you introduce the mom, all she could see was the dorky junior high version of you that she beat up.
Harsh.
Yeah, I know. Some people in this room actually use their moms as their wingman to this day. Isn't that right, Alexis?
I do think a guy would like me more than her.
But
like,
sounds like it didn't work out quite that well for you.
No.
You say that the chemistry changed totally after the mom, so you're thinking that's where everything went wrong.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, the date didn't last much longer after that. Like, we pretty much just like, we paid, we hugged, and that was it. Yeah.
Not even like a chest bump.
Yeah.
Sports bar, I figured.
Yeah.
Some physical contact.
Some sort of bro activity, but okay. Have you reached out to her since that happened?
Yeah, and it's nothing.
Nothing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Has your mom tried reaching out?
She better not have. Like, I didn't ask her to.
Oh my God.
Well, we'll find out for sure when we play a song, come back, call Marie for you, your old middle school bully.
I just want to like let you guys know that she did beat me up, but I did get a few licks in too, so it wasn't like a complete loss.
While you're on the ground, swinging upwards.
Okay. Well, we're going to do it right after this with your second date update. Hold on.
You're in the middle of a second date update, and we're going to find out how the couple is doing right after you hear part 2.
You know, they say in middle school, if a boy is ever mean to you, it's because secretly he actually likes you. And he just doesn't know how to show it.
That's true. Sometimes it's true in adulthood.
Yeah. But I didn't realize when a girl in middle school roughs you up, it means she wants to go on a date with you 20 years later.
Yeah, it's a long play.
See if you've manned up at all in that time.
Oh, that's why I never got beat up by any girls.
Yeah, because that's how Thomas reconnected with a woman named Marie from back in his middle school days. They went out to dinner together, and the weird part of it was when Thomas's mom showed up unannounced halfway through just to say hi to Marie again.
Oh my gosh.
So that obviously threw a wrench into the romance part of the date, and hasn't seen her or spoken to her since. Brooke, is there any final things that you want to say to Thomas before you ruin it once we get Marie on the phone?
I mean, your mom ruined it sounds like, and that was a bad move on your mom's part, and you definitely need to have a conversation with your mommy about boundaries.
Yeah, and I promise, if you guys get me a second date, I promise I will not tell her about anything. I won't tell her where we're going, nothing.
That's a good rule to live by.
Very secretive.
All right, so I'm going to dial Marie's number. We're going to see what she has to say. You ready, Thomas?
Yep.
Okay, here we go.
Hello?
Hey, is this Marie?
Yeah, who's this?
My name's Jeff from the radio show Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's weird.
This would be such a weird phone call to get.
Yeah. Well,
Clue me in here. What's going on?
this is something we do called a second date update. And one of our listeners, Thomas, reached out to us because he says he went out on a date with you.
Dots are being connected. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
So he's been having trouble reaching you after the date, and he's not 100% sure why. He does have a little bit of a idea of maybe what caused it, though.
Well, not that it's any of your business, but I was on a business trip right after that date. I had to actually leave early to catch an early flight in the morning.
Were you planning on
this
getting
is
back with
simple.
Thomas then and having another date? Okay.
All right. Maybe it's
Not just busy.
So maybe we were reading it right.
Huh.
What's going on?
Yeah, it was kind of cool. I don't know if he said anything to you, but we knew each other in middle school. And
Yeah, we heard the story about how you actually beat him up once. And
yeah.
That sounds like a fond memory for you, the way you just said, yeah.
And he told us that he wore headgear when he showed up to the date. Was that fun for you?
It kind of was funny, and we took care of the elephant in the room. I beat the snot out of him in 6th grade. So.
It sounds good.
Yeah, I mean, what else did you think about the date?
His mom showed up.
Yeah.
We were hoping you wouldn't bring that up.
We also know about that. And he says he...
Bring that up.
I know.
His mother. I mean, are we back in 6th grade? Oh, my head.
Well, in his defense, he had no idea that she was going to just randomly showed up. He didn't invite her there.
He felt the same way. What you just said was like, oh my gosh,
Was it just
my
like,
mom.
did it bring you right back to junior high? Is that why?
Oh, yeah. No, just like, do I need a hall pass for a second date? I mean, it was weird. I mean,
can't you forgive him for that? It clearly wasn't
It was out of his control.
decision.
Yeah.
well, okay, so maybe that's out of his control, but I was actually thinking about getting back in town and maybe giving him a call and going out again because it was, it was a great date up until that point.
Okay.
Then his mother called me.
Did you say called
What?
you?
Oh, no.
His mother called me.
How did she get your phone number?
I mean, it's a small town. We all grew up here. We all know each other. So, I mean, it was
Yeah.
probably that she probably called my mother and got my cell phone. I don't know.
God.
What
Why?
did she
Cringy.
say?
I get this call and she says, why are you not calling my Tommy back? He had a
No.
wonderful time with you.
No. He has no idea that his mom called you. Do you know that?
I don't know. I don't know.
No,
I
I'm
just-
telling you, he doesn't know.
Yeah.
I don't think he knows.
We should ask him if he has any idea because I almost called him Tommy.
Yeah, don't do that.
Thomas.
Our Tommy.
Our Thomas is on the other line listening. He's been there the whole time. He wants to talk to you, Marie.
Oh.
Yeah, hi,
Thomas,
Marie.
big boy voice when you talk to her now.
Yes,
I'm
yes.
so sorry.
I had no idea
Oh,
that
my
Oh, my
she reached
head.
out to you, and I apologize. I don't know what compelled her to do that. I really apologize. I promise you there
Oh,
will
my
be
head.
barriers. I will set up barriers for this in the future. It will never happen again.
Physical barriers, it sounds like, need to happen. Not just like,
Your mom told me on the phone, in addition to reaming me out for not calling me back, she also said that she's spoken to your ex-wife over the years, and just between us girls,
Oh, no.
he's hot in the sack.
No!
Oh,
Hey, that's a ringing endorsement for you,
that-
Thomas.
Is that like the quote, too? Hot in the
Hot
sack?
in the sack. And I'm like, oh, no.
Thomas, is your mother right about that?
I mean,
I actually just want to jump out of my second story window right now.
I feel like Jeffrey, of all people, has empathy for you. He's got a mom you have a mom like this. She signed you up for a dating app without you even knowing about it.
Yeah, but then you just get used to having her in the room when you're kissing the girls and as you're picking her clothes. She cheers you on. She actually does have a lot of knowledge about
I can
this.
see your mom like, let me just take some pictures.
Yeah.
For memories.
So bad.
I mean,
I feel bad. Do you feel bad for him? You got to feel a little bad for Thomas.
Oh, no, I do. I feel really bad for him, but do I need to jump into that kind of mojo?
I know.
No, yeah.
Thomas, I do think that you need to take a little bit of responsibility here because apparently you told your mom that Marie wasn't calling you back.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, but I just didn't know that was going to turn into her calling and trying to like get to the bottom of it.
Well, and I hope the conversation was, hey, Mom, don't show up to my dates because now my date isn't calling me back.
Yeah, I definitely should have probably brought that up. I mean,
Seriously.
Yeah, you don't talk to your mother that way.
Okay.
Marie, I just want to say, like, I'm so sorry that she reached out to you. I did not know that was going to happen. And then on top of all of that, we're on the radio right now and like we're putting all this stuff out there. So I just want to say I'm like very mortified that happened. And I'd really like to go back out with you. I just, I'm sorry about everything.
That sounds pretty sincere to me, to my ears, Marie. How do you feel about that?
Well, could you pinky promise me that your mom's not going to have anything to do with it?
Like I said, I'm going to definitely have a talk with her about like everything that's happened.
Maybe not.
Or just stop talking to your mom. Maybe that's the solution.
Well, I mean, I can't stop talking to her. I mean, she is my mom, and
good boy.
Yes.
Okay, well,
So let us step in here for a second and ask Marie. Marie, would you like to go out on another date with our little Tommy? We'll pay for that date. Now that you know the whole story, you know everything.
The truth.
Yeah, I think I would. Yeah.
Pinch his little cheeks
my God.
That's actually cute. I do feel like we need to call his mom in like an awkward Tuesday and like set some ground rules for you guys' relationship.
Did she just say yes because he's such a sexual dynamo? That's what it is, isn't it, Marie?
The mom's actually wingman in it.
No comment.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
this guy's got it.
I guess you want to thank your mom.
Old Tommy Jr. going to be coming on the way.
Talk about something else.
Yeah.
Brooke and Jeffrey in the morning.
Back from all the mama drama, Thomas and Marie are on the phone once again to give us an update.
Yay.
What's going on, you two? Are you together? Are you married? Are you in the middle of a bitter divorce?
What,
Where are we
already?
at?
That was quick.
I don't know.
Surprise, surprise. We are still together and it's going really good.
Oh my God.
Look at that.
Is the mom in the background somewhere? I just figured she'd be on the phone with us.
Right.
That's the thing. We kind of had to set some ground rules, but we did, and things are working out really good.
Really?
A mom following the rules? I'm shocked.
Your mom just listened to you,
Yeah,
Thomas?
No, not at first.
That sounds more accurate of a mom.
Yeah.
What happened?
So yeah, after the call, it was like kind of awkward. We kind of asked her to just kind of back off, not be so involved. But, she's like old and bored. And
Yeah. You know how moms are.
Mm-hmm. Yes, but we like kind of found out she's like been a little lonely and like she just kind of like needed a distraction.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So we set her up on a dating profile.
No way. That's a great idea.
She's like, we'll give you your own dating drama, Mom.
Yeah.
That's actually really smart.
It was kind of weird, but it was fun. And, like we took pictures of her and helped her put her profile together and everything. And it's actually kind of fun for us because what we do is we go to the coffee shops where she has her dates and we kind of just make sure she's, from a distance.
Oh.
Make sure that everything
Wait
is...
a minute.
Wait,
Now-
you tag along on her dates?
Now you're kind of being annoying.
Yeah, you're doing exactly what the mom did.
Yeah.
What she wishes she could do.
Just to make sure she's okay, because she's kind of ignorant about, like, the real world today,
Right,
Yeah.
right. She's getting catfish quick. A man in Australia is in love with me and wants me to send him money.
Look at his six-pack.
Modern dating has changed so much. Thomas, how do you feel about that? Watching your mom date people?
Ew,
Yeah.
Alexis says.
I could never.
It is a little weird for me.
Yeah.
But the good news is now she's like focusing her energy on her own love life and, like you said, just not ours. So it's just nice. We have a little bit more space now.
Well, hopefully she's not like a normal mom and overshare.
I know,
like,
like-
well, I slept with another man last night. honey."
He was an Italian stallion, let me tell you.
No.
I was going to say they should go on a double date, but they may not want to.
Yeah,
afterwards.
Yeah.
So much.
Well, we're definitely happy for you guys. Keep us updated on your relationship. And remember, if you
And
ever
your
want...
mom.
And well-
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure we will. If you ever want to hear any of our second date updates, you can find the podcast up online at Brooke and Jeffrey.